What up, though? One Pride. This is the Roar of the Lions UK podcast, the podcast where One Pride goes worldwide. My name is Anthony Fitzpatrick, and this is the college football podcast. Another one of our special little watch-alongs we have been doing. This time, UTSA at South Florida. Hope you are all doing well on what for you is a Thursday evening, and for me is the Friday morning. We're about midnight here. I've been at work for the last 12 hours. I am ready to watch some college ball, and this is, for me, a very good game that we're going to watch today. Hope everybody is well. I see Mile Marker is in the building already. Says howdy. Howdy, Mile Marker. Hope that you are doing well. And of course, during the evening, it'll be a longish evening. So if you've got any questions you want to ask, anything college football related, there are going to be plenty of times for me to segue out and chat about other things as well. So yeah, hope everybody is doing well. We are, as I say, got an American behemoth matchup this evening. The UTSA, the Roadrunners, South Florida, the Bulls. I am very much looking forward to this. Two teams who I have had a lot of respect for a long time, specifically due to the coaches and the way they play. So yeah, let's dive down a little bit into this one. One of the bigger spreads we've done here, obviously I try with these games to pick something that is going to be relatively competitive as the evening goes on, so we don't have a blowout. And so far, for the most part, we've been very lucky. Most of the games have been competitive up to, but not including the last quarter of the Texas A&M LSU game we did last time out. But this game features a 14-point spread for the home team, and you go, oh, okay, maybe this is going to be a bit of a blowout, but I'm not so sure. The American is a mess this year, but it is incredibly competitive, and these two teams are coming off very differing results. Just going through the top, so the American at the minute, there are 7 one-loss teams in this conference at the moment. Everybody can still win this. Navy are at the top of the pile in terms of conference record. I'm doing here. Navy are 5-1 currently. North Texas and Memphis are 4-1. South Florida, who we're watching tonight, Tulane and Temple, the Owls, are 3-1. East Carolina are 2-1. And then after them in 8th place, we've got the UTSA Roadrunners sitting 2-2 currently. So these teams, what do we like about them? Obviously, UTSA under Jeff Traylor have been a big success story for him. So he has now been on the team for 6 years. This is his 6th season. Obviously, they spent the first 3 years in Conference USA, where he established an absolute dynasty there. They won it back-to-back in 21 and 22. They only lost one conference game in those 2 years before making a jump with a slew of other teams over to the American, which has been great for the conference, to be fair. A lot of these CUSA imports have added to the depth of quality in this conference. First year in 2023, they went 9-4. They went 7-1 in the conference. They finished 3rd in the conference with one conference loss. That was the year that I think it was Memphis and Tulane were both insanely good as well. So 3 years, they only lost 2 conference games between 21 and 23. The last 2 years, things have just come back to the ground a little bit. So they went 7-6 in 2024, but they went 4-4 in conference, and they're currently this year sat 4-4, and they are 2-2 in conference. Put simply for them, if they've got aspirations of going to the championship game this year, they got to win tonight on the road, and probably the toughest place to go in the entire conference on the road, because the USF Bulls do not like losing at home. They are undefeated there so far. The Roadrunners, very good when it comes to their home form. I believe their current win streak at home in conference is either 22 or 23 games. It stretches back years. Nobody beats them when they play at home. On the road, however, it's a little bit of a different story. They're 4-4 overall, but they're 1-3 on the road, so they do not travel as well but still formidable opponents nonetheless. And on the other side, Alex Golesh and the USF Bulls. If you watch the college podcast at all in any way, shape or form, you will know how much me and Rye both love this team, specifically its head coach, which has just brought this team out of an utter slump. When Alex Golesh was appointed, this was a team that was just completely down in the dumps. They had gone in the 3 years before he arrived in 2023, because they've been in the American now for about 12, 13 years. But between 2020 and 2022, the team won 4 games. They went 1-8, 2-10, and then 1-11 the year before his arrival. They've won 1 game in the American between 2020 and 2022. That was it. He inherited an utter mess. And in the 3 years since then, he has gone about rebuilding this team in an absolutely fantastic way. So in 2023, his first year, they went 7-6. They went 4-4 in conference. Same result in 2024. They went 7-6. They went 4-4 in conference, but they were bowl eligible both years for the first time in like 6 years. They've won both their bowl games, the Boca Raton Bowl in 23 and the Hawaii Bowl in 24. And this year, they're set to blow the last 2 years out the water. They are 6-2. As I say, they are 3-1 in conference right now, but for them, with so many other teams with 1 loss, this is the part where you've gone from inheriting a really bad team, you've established a good culture, you've got some really good players, your results have been turning, they're coming off their first loss of the year, which was a bad one last week to Memphis, who are one of the teams challenging at the top. So for South Florida, this is a case of, can you snap out of your funk at home against a team that on paper you should be beating and carry on your charge towards potentially your first American title in forever. This team has not had a double-digit win season since 2017, but they are well on course to go there right now. As I say, it all starts with the head coach, Alex Golesh. He's just done such a tremendous job there with them. He's currently 20-14 as head coach. He's 11-9 in conference, but 11-9 conference record from a team that won 1 game in 3 years. That's a real big improvement. So it just goes to show how far they've come. Both these guys probably should be coaching at a higher level. Golesh is going to be coaching in the Power 4 very soon. Maybe Traylor does down the line, but certainly these are 2 very good teams in a stacked conference, and this is a huge matchup. So yeah, we are going to be watching this. We're about 5-6 minutes from kickoff. I will be a few minutes behind as I'm over here in the UK, so you'll watch it before me, but you get to see me react in slow time to things you see over there, and it's usually quite fun. But yeah, Brent DeWitt is in there. He goes rooting for South Florida tonight. I'm struggling. I don't have a rooting interest in this because I do love the Roadrunners and I do love the Bulls. So I'm kind of on the fence here. I think part of me does want the Bulls to win. I am a big Alex Golesh fan, but I do like Traylor and the Roadrunners as well. So if they're going to win, I probably wouldn't begrudge them. This is the first one where I've really not got a major rooting interest in it. I'm just looking forward to what is hopefully going to be a very good game. And with 2 very interesting head coaches comes 2 big quarterback prospects, specifically if you're looking for a dark horse in the upcoming draft. On South Florida's side, Byram Brown. He is a legitimate dual threat quarterback. He was seriously injured last year. He has overcome that injury. He had a race to be fit for the start of this season. People didn't know if he was going to start or not. He was able to somehow recover in time, and he is back to his imperious best, currently at 1,935 passing yards at about 62.5% completion. He's got 17 touchdown throws to just 6 interceptions, so about a 3-to-1 ratio there. He is also the leading rusher on the team. He has rushed for 596 yards on 120 carries, so he's going about 5 yards per carry on average. He's got 8 rushing touchdowns as well, and he's just been hidden in the group of 5. But if you're looking for an intriguing quarterback prospect coming into the draft, a legitimate dual threat who has the arm, who has the ability to go up to the next level and do it if he lands in the right system, Byron Brown is someone you really want to be taking a look at. And I know some Lions fans do like him as well. Certainly Ryan and myself wouldn't mind seeing him here either. So Byron Brown on one side, but on the other, UTSA, we've got junior Owen McCown. Now, obviously, UTSA had their starter for years. McCown sort of worked his way in slowly but surely, and he's kind of just really gone under the radar as far as me and Ryan have been concerned, because UTSA has always been known for its rushing game, not necessarily the passing aspect of it, but he's grown over the last couple of years into a very efficient passer, and he's having a great season at the moment. So he is at 1,686 passing yards. He's at just over 67% completion, which is a nice chunk there for him. He's got 17 touchdown throws to just 4 interceptions. He is incredibly efficient with the ball, does not give it over too often. And this UTSA team is just coming off the back of absolutely pasting Tulane, which doesn't happen very often. John Sumrall and that Green Wave do not get beaten very often. UTSA have absolutely pasted them. Owen McCown, his passer completion percentage in that game was 94%. He completed 94% of his passes against Tulane. That is a record in a single season game for the 2025 season so far. No quarterback in college football this year has thrown more than 94% of his passes in a single game. So he is incredibly efficient. Does sometimes throw caution to the wind. His turnover-worthy play rate's over 3%, so a little bit on the high side, but for the most part, very efficient. He's only been sacked 10 times through the season so far, so that offensive line really like looking after him. I mean, with Byron Brown, he's been sacked 12 times, and as a dual threat, you can tell whether, both offensive lines are okay, but nothing out of this world. In terms of the weapons these two teams have, UTSA, we always know them for their rushing attack. You think all the way back to Sincere McCormack and guys before that. They've always got someone in the arsenal, but it was the reason why they weren't so good last year. They didn't really have the rushing attack last year that they used to, but that has disappeared this year. That problem is no more. Robert Henry Jr. is one of the most devastating running backs in the entire nation. He is an absolute sensational back for this UTSA team. So far this year, he's had 122 carries. He's got 961 rushing yards. He's going at about 8 yards per carry on average. He's got 9 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. He's got 2 fumbles as well, and he is a decent receiver as well. He's got, if I remember rightly, about 110 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. So he's got 11 touchdowns on the year, but he can catch out the backfield if he needs to. But yeah, he is absolutely up there for this UTSA team. Just one of the best running backs in the entire country. I'm really looking forward to watching him tonight against some of the highest level competition he will face this year. But he put nearly 200 down on the Texas A&M team earlier this season. So this guy can run. They're well backed up as well. You got Will Henderson the third as well. He's at 400 yards and 3 touchdowns as well. So you've got a nice 1-2 punch there. Owen McCown is not a rusher. He's got 88 rushing yards this year. He's got no rushing touchdowns. He's fumbled the ball 5 times as well. So turnovers from that perspective leave a little bit to be desired. In terms of USF's rushing attack, like I said, it goes through their quarterback. Byron Brown has 670 yards, 8 touchdowns. He is the guy who they go to the running game to, but they have a nice little rotation behind him. Sam Franklin has 354 yards, 4 touchdowns. Nick Kahi Davenport has 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Alvin Isaac has 258 yards as well. And Cartavius Norton has a couple of rushing touchdowns and 166 yards as well. So the rotation is good there. In terms of receivers, on UTSA's side, we have a freshman breakout on there this year. They've got some intriguing prospects. But it is. Hang on, I'm on the wrong side. South Florida. Sorry, I'm going to start with them first. They've got a very intriguing prospect as freshman on their team. So it's Jeremiah Koga. Freshman this year, having sort of a breakout for him, but 17 receptions, 337 yards, and 5 rushing touchdowns for Koga. He is 6'3", 209 pounds, and he didn't play the first 4 weeks of this season. He didn't see any action whatsoever. He is a true freshman, but he's played in the last 4 games. 75 yards and a touchdown against Charlotte, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns at North Texas, 90 yards, a touchdown at Florida Atlantic, and 80 yards and a touchdown against Memphis. So every game he's played, he's got a touchdown so far. So the young Jeremiah Koga is one to certainly watch out for there. But then they've got their senior guys as well. Chaz Nimrod, who is a Tennessee transfer, 23 catches, 466 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then the big one, Keyshawn Singleton, 29 catches for him, 451 yards and 3 touchdowns. So they have legitimate firepower through the air, USF do. He has got a triumvirate of really good receivers to work with, but so do UTSA as well. Devin McQueen is their standout receiver. He's at 460 yards and 6 receiving touchdowns this year. So we've got plenty of exciting receiver options to watch today. In terms of defense, all eyes on this UCF defense, specifically their linebacker core. Again, if you've sort of watched the pod a lot, you will hear us talk about USF and this defense. And specifically, you'll hear us talk about those linebackers. So Mac Harris and Jalen Shuler, 2 prospects to watch out for, not just tonight, but in draft circles going forward. Mac Harris is having one hell of a season as far as things go. He is at 6 sacks on the year. He's got 2 QB hits, 14 further hurries. He's got 63 tackles, 39 run stops, 3 forced fumbles, an interception, and a pass breakup. This guy is just all over the place, and he does it playing in the box. He's not one of these, hybrid outside linebacker types. He just does it from all inside his box. He's 6 foot, 235 pounds. He's absolutely perfect. He's been at USF for 6 years now. He is an older prospect, but he is just lighting everything on fire this year. And then the other one, as I say, you've got Jalen Shuler in there as well. 6'3", 230 pounds. He is a third-year starter for USF. He has a sack himself this year. He's got 9 QB pressures overall, so does a bit of blitzing as well. 62 total tackles, 29 run stops. He's got 2 forced fumbles as well, an interception and 4 PBUs. So the linebackers have 5 forced fumbles between them. They have a couple of picks as well. They got 6 pass breakups. These guys are do-it-all linebackers. Are some of the best in the business, certainly in the group of 5. In terms of secondary players on USS side, you've got James Chenault and Jarvis Lee, the cornerback pairing. They've both got 2 picks apiece this year. Jarvis Lee is a blitzing corner as well. He's got a sack on the year. They like to use the safeties in pressure as well. Fred Gaskin, one of the safeties, he's got 2 sacks on the year as well. This is a USF team that love to bring pressure from all over the shop. On UTSA side with their defense, can be a little bit hit and miss. In the sack department, you've got Nana and Yanwu on the edge position. He leads the team with 5 sacks on the year. Not really seen too much action either, so he's got a good pressure ratio there in terms of secondary players. Shad Banks Jr., the linebacker, leads the team with 2 interceptions. We've got a lot of ball-hungry linebackers in this one, so expect maybe some picks from some of these guys. In secondary, you've got Davin Martin, Ahmad Chapman, Ty Milton. A lot of names that we're going to keep an eye out for this evening. But yeah, these are 2 well-matched teams. There's a lot of talent here. Obviously, USF have the dual-threat quarterback. They've got a triumvirate of good receivers. But UTSA have the devastating running back. And they have an offensive line that knows how to run block. The game is scheduled to start quite shortly. May already have done for you guys over there. But as I say, I'm going to be running on a bit of a delay. But yeah, that's sort of the overall background of this game going into it, and we'll just hang on fire until all this kicks off. But yeah, hopefully this will be a good one. Hopefully you will stick with me during the evening. And as I say, if there's anything you want to chat about college football wise while we do, then please just whack it in there, and when I get a chance to, I will address it. If I can't do it now, then of course we'll do it on the college pod, which, by the way, the actual main college podcast this week is probably going to be on Saturday. Now, we're probably going to be doing it during the Saturday slate, but it's going to be a show rather than a watch along. Apologies that we weren't able to do it last night. Unfortunately, our star and MVP Hank had a bit of a turn. He had an allergic reaction to something, we don't know what, but he broke out in hives and everything, and Ryan had to go and get him seen to. He's taken a course of steroids today, and I'm pleased to say I think he's going to be absolutely fine. So, we just couldn't do it last night, but I didn't want to do it without Ryan, so we're going to do it on Saturday instead. As the game has kicked off, USF have kicked to UTSA, and UTSA are going to be driving first in this one, and we're going to see our first bit of Owen McCown. Last week, 31 of 33 for 370 yards, 4 touchdown passes. You let him get going, you're going to have trouble, and there you can see Robert Henry in the backfield ready to go. They are going to go a big dose of him, but it's a rollout first up. And it's an interception! First play of the game, it is getting returned. We got a pick six. What a start to this game. We've got a score already, and oh boy, that doesn't bode well for the 14-point line. But I told you there were going to be interceptions. If this was a linebacker, Tavin Ward for USF, and boy oh boy, we've not even got started on this game yet. Tavin Ward. Let me find him on the chart because I don't know all these guys on there. The safety, Tavin Ward, that is his first interception of the season, and it's a pick six to boot. I mean, he's having a good season so far up to now. He's 6 of 12 in coverage. He's only given up 50%. That's going to have gone down now. But welcome a pick six to a pass, and there we go. What a start, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a score on the very first play of the game, but I'm surprised they didn't hand it off to Henry. But McCown takes the snap, he rolls out to the left, but there's just a free blitzer right in his face, and McCown rushes the pass, completely overthrows it, and that's just an absolute disaster. I think that was Jarvis Lee, the corner, that was coming up on the blitz. I told you about Jarvis Lee just a bit earlier. He got the sack on the ear, but yeah, it's number 0. Lee absolutely twangs him. He rushes, and there we have it. USF 7, UTSA 0. We have a play on the first play of scrimmage from the game. So what a start, y'all. We had a fun one. Lisa is in the building. Hope you do well. Marmarka goes, this will be fun. I don't get ESPN, so would appreciate any play-by-play you may offer. Yes, I'm doing the play-by-play technically, so yeah, this is going to be fun. Lisa's in the building. Hope you're well. She goes, did you all hear about Marshawn Nealand? Yes, that is incredibly sad. Obviously, he's a local Michigan lad as well. I know one of the guys in the other Discord chats I'm on. The guy coached him at Western Michigan for 4 years and knew him well, and of course they're all absolutely devastated. But just again, a grim reminder that if ever you're struggling, if ever you've got stuff on your mind, talk. There are people here to listen, and we will listen. You know, I say it from experience. This year has been an absolutely shoddy year for me. I've had a lot go on. I've had a lot on my mind, a lot of stress, but just talk it out. You know, there's always someone there to listen, and don't do anything stupid, because as my good friend Luke G says, the world needs you. You just maybe don't know it yet. As UTSA get going on their second drive, and they need to put this behind them, they've given the handoff to Robert Henry. He gets about 3 yards, and just there, talking about Owen McCown having a 94% completion percentage last week, and then he goes and throws a pick six on his first play. UTSA really need to. I don't want this to be a blowout, so hopefully they can get going. It's a 2nd and 7. McCown fires out the pocket. It is broken up. That's another dangerous play there. But we've got laundry on the field. We've got 2 flags. We may be getting a little bit of DPI. The receiver didn't look too happy with that one. But maybe a much-needed break for UTSA there, because they'd have been at 3rd and 7, and you don't want to get there. Pass interference on the defense. Let's say you've got 2 legitimate coverage linebackers here for South Florida, and you've got a great secondary behind. So, you don't want to be getting in a bind against these guys. But yeah, you can see the hold clear as day there. Going to be a fresh set of downs for UTSA. Duncan Stewart's in the building. He goes, thanks, hope your mate recovers from the allergic reaction. Go Broncos. It's his dog. Like, Hank is our signature token host. Like, he's Ryan's dog, so he called me about 5 minutes before the pod was meant to start, and like his face had just completely puffed up all over the place and he looked bad, bless him. So obviously had to go and get it sorted, but he's better today. Hopefully we'll see him make an appearance on the college pod on Saturday. Yes, Smart Marker, it is, as I say, in proponents of mental health, I always would say out there, you're in a forum with me this evening. We're here to chat. We're all here to help one another. I've been in those dark places myself. It's not pretty, but I would never want anyone else to go through that. So yeah, always make sure you talk. Robert Henry, here he is. His stats are up now. 120 yards rushing per game on average. It's 3rd in the FBS. Like, this guy is just an absolute legend. He's not related to Derek, before anybody asks. There is a big age difference between them. But if you look at him, there's not... there are some similarities between them, but this is your regular bell cow guy. McCown tricks with a fake handoff, but he only gets a yard. UTSA at about 2nd and 9. I did miss one reception in there, but they are slowly moving the ball down the field, and this is what they're good at. Long drives which eat out clock and wear your opposition down, and they're going to need that now, because they're down a score early. A bit of a disaster for them. In fact, no, he lost yardage. He slipped and his knee grazed the ground, so they're going to be at 2nd and 11. They're at the 50-yard line, so they're going to break into USF territory for the first time soon. Henry's in the backfield. There's a fullback in. There's a handoff. Goes through the left tackle. I thought he was going to get a good chunk there, but he only got 2 yards. Very good disciplined run defense from USF here. Like I say, that's Matt Harris. Matt Harris II, you've seen him there. He is just having an absolute stunner of a season. Yes, he is an older prospect, but from a middle linebacker position, 6 sacks. 3 forced fumbles, an interception, pass breakup. The guy is doing everything. He's a good run defender as well. He is a man on a mission this year. And him and Jalen Shuler are probably the best pair of linebackers in the American, maybe the best pair of linebackers in the group of 5. Obviously, can't think off the top of my head of anyone better. There might be, but you would struggle. McCown drops, surveys the field. He gets a first down. That is a nice throw. I think he's utilising his tight end there. His number 0, that is Houston Thomas, the tight end. He's got 16 receptions, 171 yards on the year. He is a big lad indeed. Houston, we have a problem. There is a pun to be made there. But UTSA, they're doing well. This is a good recovery drive from them after throwing the pick 6 on the very first play of the game. But you can see UTSA love to use the tight ends. Teams that run the ball a lot love to use the tight ends because they're always on the field. We have got a trick play, or an attempted trick play. There was a throw back there, and I think that was David Amador, one of his star receivers. 29 catches, 240 yards on the year. It was a backwards pass. He looked like he was lining up to throw it, but USF sniffed it out. They ended up getting just 3 yards. It's a 2nd and 7 at about the 35 of USF. A handoff, no, it's fake. Nearly got me there, but it's incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd and 7. So we'll see how aggressive they get if they don't get all the yardage here. McCown just looks a little shook at the minute. I guess when you throw a pick 6 on the first play of the game, it's going to take you a little bit of time to settle down. Some of his throws have just been a little bit off so far, but we'll let him off. But a chance here for USF to get them off the field. I think a field goal might be a little bit optimistic from this range. I'm not sure what UTSA's kicker is at this year. Obviously on USF's side, it's Nico Gramatica of the famous Gramatica family. I'll have to check who UTSA is. It's a handoff up the middle. Henry gets it. He's gone. He's gone to the 20. Breaks 1, 2, 3 tackles. He's in the red zone, and there you go. Oh, no, that's not Henry. That's his backup. That's Pedersen. That's Henderson, sorry. That's Will Henderson the third. Great carry up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle. Breaks 2. Breaks 3. Breaks 4 before he's eventually brought down. But UTSA 3rd and 7 going for the run. They're at the 19. They've got 2 in the backfield. That's a weird set. I don't know what that was. That looks like an illegal formation. Oh no, it's a false start. The quarterback had 2 running backs immediately to his right-hand side in a staggered formation. I don't really know what you would call that. Oh yeah, the right guard. Yeah, the right guard breaks, so it's going to be a 1st and 15, but still in good field position. You're at the 24 for UTSA. UTSA are at USF's 24. You're still on 1st down, so plenty of time to get these yards. Empty backfield, man coming in motion. Not used. Are they going for the screen? Nope. It's a pass straight down the middle of the field. USF swallow it up. Gets about 4 yards. It's going to be about 2nd and 11, give or take a little bit. It's a big drive for UTSA here. Roadrunners need a score here, preferably. You don't want to let South Florida get ahead. They're in some weird winged formation. Dump off. Gets down to about 1 yard to go. He's at the 10-yard line. Yeah, I tell you what, he's got some good fake handoffs here. I'm biting on some of these. Just rolled out to his left. A little dump off. Gets to 3rd and 1. Big play here, and McCown is coming out. They are bringing in the backup quarterback. They have a specialist rushing quarterback. Do UTSA. Hang on, I remember his name. Don't usually have to deal with the second quarterback, but they're doing the tush push. I think they've got it. Brandon Tennyson, I think it is the backup quarterback for them. I always remember because it's the same name as the poet, Tennyson. Oh, is it Overmeyer they've got in? Oh, they've had the tight end under centre. That's intriguing. Okay, so they put the tight end under centre and rushed him over the line. They've got it, though. They're in a 1st and goal situation. This has been a terrific response from the Roadrunners. After throwing a pick 6 first play of the game, they are at the 8-yard line. They're in a heavy set formation. Henry is back in the eye. They hand it off to him. Oh, he's swallowed up. Absolutely marmalised. That is a huge loss. Is that Harris again? No, it's Schuler. Your first look at Jalen Schuler, and this gets blown up. Henry's all the way back in the eye. I hate the eye in short yardage situations because it allows the defense time to get at you. Schuler just absolutely blasts through the left guard at the right guard spot. It's a huge loss. UTSA really working from behind the sticks now. It's 2nd and goal. Still got a couple of opportunities, but they've got them all the way back at the 17. That's a 9-yard tackle for loss. He's going to drop back. Throw is to the perimeter, to the end zone. And it's broken up. But there is a flag. Not sure who this is entirely on. So it was Deshaun Rucker. It is on Rucker. Pass interference. That is in the end zone. Let's have a little look here. Deshaun Rucker's one of the more noticeable names. Yeah, he's all over him. All over him. Yeah, you've got to get your eyes. He doesn't get his head round. The throw was to Devin McQueen. That's the star receiver for UTSA. 6 touchdown receptions this year already. Obviously, they've got their best man on him in Rucker. It's a 1st and goal situation, and UTSA get themselves out of the bind caused that by that massive tackle for loss at the 2-yard line. Expect them to go run heavy here and punch this in on the ground. I think this is Will Henderson in the backfield at the moment. Fake! And a sack! And it's fumbled! USF are returning it all the way down the field, and an absolute, utter disaster for the Roadrunners. The second defensive touchdown of the game for USF. We are 8 minutes in and Byron Brown has not seen the field. Fred Gaskin, it is a 93-yard fumble return touchdown. And that is an absolute disaster. A near 8-minute drive got all the way down to the 2. Who blew this up? They're bringing the corners off the edge, blitzing heavily, and just absolutely unblocked. So that's Jarvis Lee, the corner, blitzing off the edge. He gets in McCown's face, chucks him down. McCown loses the ball, and then it's just housed by Fred Gaskin, 93 yards. What an incredible play that is. And there's no one left there because McCown's all on his own. The entire UTSA team is in the end zone. The ball is definitely out before he falls. And that is South Florida 14, UTSA 0. 2 massive plays. He jumps. McCown tries to jump his way out of it. He skips into the air and he just punches the ball right out. There's no danger of this one coming back. He tries to throw, goes back down, and yeah, that's a really good play from Jarvis Lee. That's Jarvis Lee's second forced fumble of the year. This is a team that love forced fumbles. That is now their 8th forced fumble on the year. And it's Jarvis Lee's second. But it's going to be one of his biggest. And for Gaskin, I think that's his first career touchdown. They are checking it on the field, but I don't think there's any danger of this one getting overturned. What an incredible start we've had here, and unfortunately, I hope we're not looking at a blowout. I want this to be fun, but we've had 2 great defensive plays. Let's get into the chat because I've not had a look in a little while. Lisa, I'm always available if any of you ever need to talk. Yep, me too, Lisa. We are all here if anyone needs that there. Lisa goes, I am having some rough days and know how it can get you down. Well, like I say, Lisa, you've always got us here for you as well. The call is upheld. The Pat's going to be taken. South Florida's have got 14 points and the offense have not played a single snap. Byron Brown is sat playing on his Game Boy Advance on the sideline. He doesn't have to do any work at the moment. And Owen McCown, for the 3rd time, is going to have to start a drive off. This poor UTSA offense must be absolutely gassed by now, and they've got to do it all again. The PAT is good, and I told you there were playmakers on this USF defense, and boy howdy, have there been some playmakers on here so far. An opening play pick 6, and then a full housed strip sack. Oh, we love all this good fun. Yeah. Yeah, Marmarka goes, oh no, San Antonio. Who needs offense, Brent? Yeah, may as well send in the backup quarterback at this point. The starter's going to be absolutely cold. The irony, Duncan, you are now going to be back on offense, down 14. This is just the fun part. The USF offense they've not played a snap. None of the offensive players have seen the field unless they've been on special teams. Oh, how high can we go? Before we do, we will see, but that's a shame. To be honest, I would have loved for UTSA to have got that in because I want a competitive game and I want them slugging shots at one another, but UTSA have drove the length of the field once already. There's no reason they can't do it again. They are having some success. They've got the run game going, so that's what they need, but scoreboard pressure is the problem now. But you've got basically the entire game left, so you don't have to... You're not in a position where you have to make any desperate plays just yet. Just in a commercial break at the moment. So yeah. Oh dear. What an absolute disaster, but we all love to see it as well. This is why we watch college ball. All this stuff going on, it's crazy. You don't get as much of this in the NFL. Oh. Right. So yeah, hope everyone's doing well. A few of you in here this evening. Thanks for joining. We're currently in a commercial break. South Florida 14-0 up in the first 7 minutes thanks to 2 defensive touchdowns. We had a pick 6 on the opening play, and we've just had a full-length field strip sack returned for a touchdown. USF's offense haven't played a single snap out of this moment in time, which is absolutely hilarious. But yeah, that is where we're at currently. As I was just saying before, the main college podcast this week is going to be on Saturday, so we're going to be doing it about 6, which will be 1 o'clock your time. It'll be during the first slate, so we can probably do this weird thing where we're doing the show and watching the football at the same time. I've not worked out how we're going to do it yet, but as I say, Hank is on the road to recovery, bless him, so we should be good to go for that. We will be looking... Obviously, the playoff seedings are coming out now for the FCS and the FBS. We're looking at the FCS closely as well. Potentially an Ivy League team about to make the FCS playoffs for the first time ever, which has never happened before. Tennessee Tech riding high at 9-0. First time they've done that since 1952. We've got some players in the FCS scene this year, but North Dakota State mile marker look like they've won it already. I don't know if there's anyone who can stand up for them this year. And then of course we've got the FBS playoffs as well. The first 12 team docket has been released, and to be fair, there's some really good hypothetical games on there, which I would love to see. So I think the playoffs are going to be very fun this year. The way they pan out, the way things are going currently. So yeah, USF just about to kick off. For the third time, we're going to see the UTSA offense. The third time in a row after 2 defensive touchdowns. What can we get this time? Blocked punt return touchdown. Maybe something like that next. We're just going to go crazy. But yeah, in terms of the draft, you will look at some of these USF prospects. They will be legitimate draft contenders. So it's good to watch this. You know, as I say, group of 5 prospects are sometimes harder to see. Well, you're going to get to see these guys on prime time. But yeah, Mac Harris, Jalen Schuler, all these guys, absolutely tremendous. And they will be in the NFL very soon. Harris and Schuler are both coming to the draft this year. Mile marker goes Bison rule. Mile marker goes hope so. Let's go Bison. Yeah, they look unstoppable this year. They've got the game against North Dakota this week as UTSA's drive starts. That is... So they're not using Henry as much today. They're using both their running backs, but I guess they're using the rotation. That is Will Henderson III. He goes for 8. We've got a 2nd and 2. Positive start to the drive, and hopefully UTSA do come away with some points here. I think it's still Henderson in the backfield. Just get a first down, keep moving the chains, and you will be just fine. McCown drops the throw, finds his receiver on the outside. That is a first down. It's a big play. I don't know where he stepped out. That is his number 84. I don't know how far he's got, but I think that is A.J. Wilson. He is the second leading receiver on this team. He's got 3 touchdown catches this year. Just gone over 350 yards with that. They're up to their own 47. McCown drops again. He's scouring, takes another deep shot downfield. He's hit his man! And that is, I think, again, that's back-to-back receptions for A.J. Wilson. They are deep into USF territory now. There is a flag, though, on the play. Hopefully this isn't coming back. It looks like it is coming back. Pass interference on the offense. Oh, I think A.J. Wilson has been called for pass interference. That's huge. That was a deep play. That had got them down into the USF red zone. Let's have a look. They're fighting. They didn't look much on that. That got all the way down to the USF 15. I think the contact started earlier. He pushes off. I think that's a little... Ooh, I'm not too great enamored by that call. But what should be down at the USF 15 is now backed up on the UTSA 32. That's a huge reduced play. McCown, they throw a screen. A.J. Wilson blocks. He gets about 5 or 6. This is going to be 2nd and 19. So obviously it's a 15-yard penalty for offensive pass interference. Oh, that is such a shame for them. They just... Yeah. 2nd and 19. Unfortunately... coughing the ball up at the USF 2-yard line. Now a pass interference that have got them deep into the USF red zone. They're just making some little bitty mistakes at the moment, the Roadrunners are, but they're certainly here to be had. McCown drops, the pass is complete, but it's only for about 5 yards. It's going to be about 3rd and 13. They're only getting small plays this drive. They're not getting the big chunks that they need. I'm not sure if we're into 4-down territory yet. It depends how close they get. I think they would need to get at least 10 or 11 here, I think, to risk going for 4th down. But you're down 14 on the road. Maybe they're just going to get really brave and go bold for it early. We'll see what happens on the 3rd down play. They are just throwing it at the minute, but obviously quite far back they need to. He does have a running back in with him. I think Henderson is in there. Drops back. Protection is bad. He is sacked. There is a flag on the play. He is absolutely marmalized. Holding. Which way is it on? Holding is on the offense. That penalty is declined. I don't know exactly who got that one. I think it is their 34. That is Rico Watson the third. That is his 3rd sack of the season. And it's 4th and 17, and UTSA are punting from their own 40, and we are nearly 12 minutes into this game, and we are going to see USF's offense for the first time. The punt is up. It's pretty decent. Oh, no, it isn't actually. That's a shame. It takes a USF bounce. It's at about the 27. There is a flag down. I don't know what this is all about. We've got a lot of laundry in the game tonight so far. See, there's a couple of things here. There's a flag, maybe for some kind of contact on the punter, but they're saying it may have hit a USF player. UTSA have a 1st down, so I think there's been some sort of contact. I mean, this is going to be reviewed, I think, but there were several penalties on the USF special teams there, and this may be a big break for the Roadrunners, potentially having to pump back. Oh, I think it's hit the heel in coverage, so they might get this at the USF 25, and Byron Brown's going to have to continue to wait. We are still not going to see the USF offense currently. They are checking this. There was an offside on the defense on the punt, which would not have been good enough to get a 1st down. They were at 3rd and they were at 4th and 17, but there's 2 of them running back trying to block one another, and I think it accidentally hits the USF player's heel. But at the minute, the ball has been given back to UTSA, so a big shot of luck for them. There is a lot of drama already, Marmarco. We seem to do well picking these drama-filled games. I like it. It's fun. I'd rather have this than just be having tic-tac-toe playing punts all the time, but oh, we're going to have to check this out, but this is probably going to turn into a game of how long is Byron Brown going to have to wait to get on the field. He might legitimately go the entire 1st quarter without playing a snap. And at what point does it become debilitating for the USF offense? Because he'll have gone cold. He won't have practiced for nearly an hour. The last game we had a whole lot of different plays. Yes, we did. Oh God, we had everything in the last one. I think we had block punts. We had defensive touchdowns. We had all sorts. We had trick plays. We had just about everything in the book in that LSU Tamu game. It was very entertaining, by the way. That first 3 quarters is still some of the favourite football I've watched this year. But this is actually quite a good game considering it's a 2-score one so far. They are taking a long time to review this. It's still on commercials, so we're just having to just having to wait a moment. Oh, but yeah, the American has it all this year. I think last year we were really hyper focused on the Sun Belt, and the year before that the Mountain West. This seems to be the Americans' year. It's just the level of depth of competition in the conference is insane at the moment. Even down to teams like Temple are up there. We're doing a feature this week on the College Football Pod highlighting one team in every conference who has like surpassed our expectations or who is doing really well. We're trying to be positive this week on the back of the Lions' loss, but the Temple Owls, they're right in the thick of the American race. Nobody's talking about them at the minute at all. Everyone's talking about Tulane, Memphis, UTSA, all these guys, Navy. Ain't one person in the world talking about this Temple team, but they're 3-1. They're sneaking right under everybody's radar at the moment. We're back to the broadcast. Let's see what happens. Is Byron Brown going to come out, or are they going to uphold the call? So let's have a look. This punt comes down, and it is... Oh, that is unfortunate. The defender's foot is in the air. The ball bounces down, bounces up, and hits his heel, and then pings backwards, and UTSA recover it. That is so unfortunate, but that's a great spot. I wondered, it didn't take a USF bounce. It bounced off a USF player, but UTSA have it at the USF 27. So go Roadrunners, they are still alive. Empty back set, they've got a man in motion, blown up, 1 yard loss. Oh, they're not. They're trying to get it to the perimeter in the run game, and they're not doing very well. USF are blowing this one up at the minute. Offensive plays in this game: UTSA 21, USF 0. Score: UTSA 0, USF 14. Go ahead, make it make sense. It is. That's so unlucky. If I'm the special teams coach, I'm not telling the player off for that. That's not the player's fault. He's not even looking where the thing is. Handoff. Oh, nice slippery run there, but only going to get about 2 yards. That's Henry. But they're going to be at 3rd and 10, and they're at risk of wasting this good punt. Unfortunately, when you get those couple of yard losses on the first down, then it's just very difficult to get back in front of the sticks. But 3rd and 10 here, we're going to see how aggressive they might be. You would assume they're going to throw it here. It's 3rd and 11 actually. He didn't even get the 2 yards back, so it's a handoff, delayed handoff, run through the middle, and he's got it. Breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles, gets down to the 15. That was a really good play design from UTSA there. The quarterback rolled out to the right, but it was a really delayed handoff. And then the running back just comes back to the left, hits the gap over the left tackle, breaks a tackle from Schuler, I think it is. But really good running from Robert Henry there. And that's what we've been waiting to see from the star running back. In a clutch situation, he gets it. They get the 11 yards. They're in business. It's 1st and 10. Come on, UTSA. Let's get it over the line this time. Let's make this game interesting. Empty backfield again. I don't agree with these empty backfield calls they're doing. This just advert. Free rusher beats the blitz and it's dropped. That's a bad drop. That is straight in the bucket. That's Houston Thomas who had the good reception earlier. That's a good throw. They bought a delayed blitz on McCown. I think it's Mac Harris, the linebacker. Absolutely banjaxes him. Just Houston Thomas gets his hands mixed up there, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. Still knocking on the door, still at the USF 15. There we go, McCown drops, he takes a shot to the edge, undershoots his man, it's 3rd and 10. Couple of attempts there, should have got the first one. The drive's just stalling out a little bit again at the moment. Again, we're going to see how aggressive they are. You're going to figure they're probably going to take the field goal if they don't get this. Unless they get down to like a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, I can't see them going at any more than that. USF fans getting loud. Obviously, this is played in Hard Rock, so it's a big stadium for them to play in, but still, USF got a lot more fans nowadays. Drop is there. Protection is good. McCown shoots for the end zone. It's too high, though. Too high. But there is a flag. It didn't look... I can't think there's going to be pass interference here. There is a flag down. We'll see what it is. It's Rucker again. There's no way he's been done for this, right? I think this might be on UTSA. Might be a hold. This can't be a call on Rucker, surely. Got a USF player down. The flag is picked up. There is no pass interference and it's 4th and 10. Got a player down for USF. It is Ira Singleton, one of their rotational edge players. 6'5", 240. Doesn't look terrible. Just having his leg looked at. Assuming UTSA are probably going to go for the field goal here, but that's a missed opportunity for them. Second trip into the USF red zone, and they're only going to come away with 3 points. But finally, after nearly a full quarter of this game, we are finally going to see the USF offense come onto the field. Unless something stupid happens on the kickoff. I don't know, maybe UTSA go for a squib kick or something and retrieve it. But yeah, it's going to be a good 13 minutes of this game gone with no USF appearance on the field. Yeah, he's alright. Ira Singleton is back up. He's back in the huddle. Maybe just a cramp or something. We're at 26 offensive plays for UTSA with none for South Florida. So the streak is going to end at 27. And of course, time of possession, it's 100% UTSA right now. And yet they're going to be 11 points down, which is crazy. The good thing is, if they get USF off the field quickly, then you will be going up against a very tired defense, which has been playing the entire game so far. They are going for the field goal. It's snapped. Kick is up. It is straight down Broadway, and UTSA are on the board. USF 14, UTSA 3. It's an 11-point game. Not the final outcome they wanted, but at least they've got points on the board this time, and it's not been returned the other way for 7. That is the big one there. So, yeah. Both teams on the board here. 11-point game. We will be back shortly for our very first view of Byron Brown. I've been looking forward to watching him play. We're going to see a lot of him on the ground, especially with a double-digit lead now. I don't think they're going to air it out too much, but no, it's at least not at the moment. No, they've not. They didn't get a touchdown. It was 3 incomplete passes. First one should have been caught. The other 2 were a bit. One was underthrown, one was overthrown. Owen McCown has. He's not replicating his 94% completion percentage from the Tulane game last week, but USF is a different kettle of fish at home. They are dominant. Just in a commercial break right now. We'll be back shortly. And obviously college basketball has started for you guys over there now. This is crazy. With part of my DAZN subscription this year, I can watch college football with all the NFL stuff for the insanely cheap price we pay. I actually think we can watch college basketball as well, but I'm not as much into basketball, but I may give it a try this year. Oh, where are we at? Let's say again, just in a commercial timeout at the minute. We're going to see USF get the ball for the first time very soon, 13 minutes into this game. And of course, it is Thursday night football this week as well. We've got the Raiders playing the Broncos, I believe. College football is more fun though. I've not been too enamoured with Thursday night football for some time now. They don't very much put very tempting They don't often put good games on Thursday night football. We've worked that out over the last few years. But we'll keep an eye on it, nonetheless. In terms of tonight, there's only a couple of games. There's only 2 games going on in actual college ball tonight, I believe. Georgia Southern are playing Appalachian State in the Sun Belt. They are actually tied. No, they're not. Georgia Southern are winning 9-0. First quarter is about to end. They're about the same point in the game as our game's at. We've got 2 minutes left in the first quarter at the moment. There have been a couple of games played this week already. Ball State beat Kent State last night 17-13. Toledo absolutely walloped Northern Illinois 42-3. Midweek Maction is back, baby. We'll look to try and do a Maction game before the end of the year, because I think out of every conference, the MAC is the one we cover the least on the college pod, but just because it's a dumpster fire at the moment, but there is some good football to be had. But they play all the way up till Tuesdays, so. But we do have football every single day of the week now, which I do love. Here we go. Let's see. Are the USF offense going to get on the field? UTSA about to kick it away. It's a regular kick. And it goes out of bounds, and a flag thrown. Mistake by the UTSA kicker. He kicks it out of bounds. So Byron Brown is going to get great field position to start here, and we are finally going to have a South Florida offensive snap. I wonder how cold this offense is now, because they've been sat for the best part of an hour doing absolutely nothing. This game started about 40 minutes ago. As you can see, Brown's breaking some records. Their first USF quarterback ever to go over 3,000 yards in a season. He might do it again this year, depending, but they're going to start on their own 35. It is a handoff in the backfield. Broken tackle goes for about 7 yards. I need to get the USF offense up now. I've not been focusing on them because they've not been on the field. That is Niaki Davenport. He is the 3rd leading rusher on this team, but the 2nd leading in terms of the running back. They hand it. No, Byram keeps it this time. Breaks the tackle. Gets the first down. Hurdles a man. They're in UTSA territory already, and we've already had 3 missed tackles from the UTSA defense on this drive. That's not good. They've had opportunities for both these runs to be negative plays, and instead both have gone for yardage. They're going high tempo. They're at the 40. Hand it off again. First down to the 30, to the 20. And that is Nikahi Davenport again. They're moving. They want to get this thing in quick. They're already down to the UTSA 20. This defense can't get set. Oh, Brown escapes a sack. Should have been tackled twice. Gets a 6-yard gain. They're at the UTSA 16. He should have been sacked. There was a free blitzer coming off the edge. He avoided that tackle. He avoided one of the defensive tackles who bear hugged him. It's a 2nd and 4 at the 16. UTSA just cannot get set on defense whatsoever. Should have had 3 tackles for loss by now. Brown in the backfield again. Should have been tackled. About makes the 1st yard line. This is, I think, nearly every single play on this drive. UTSA have had an opportunity to make a play in the backfield, and they've missed them all. This is terrible defense so far. It's 3rd and 1. You can bet your bottom dollar they're going to go if they don't get this. They are going to try and put the knife in early. We said, would USF's offense be cold after this? No, they are red hot. They have been waiting. Looks like some weird version of the tush push. They're trying to draw UTSA offside. They're not going to. End of the first quarter. Tried to draw them offsides to end the quarter, but they did not. That is the first quarter done. And USF on the verge of a very dominant position in this game. They're up 14-3, and they've got a 3rd and 1 at about the UTSA 14. 2 defensive touchdowns. Their offense has only just seen the field for the first time, but they've looked to devastating effect so far. Well, we will see. We are going to the commercial break between quarters. Brent DeWitt goes, Wolverine basketball is going to be fun to watch this year. Bucket, lol. Did they score like 120 points the other day or something like that? Obviously, I take Michigan takes with a grain of salt on my timeline because I know a lot of Michigan fans. There's a lot of homers on there, but there does seem to be a lot of buzz around them this year. So hopefully they can. Obviously, they're usually Michigan State's shadow in this particular sport, but who knows? They could maybe be good this year. It does seem like, though, with college basketball, their fans are rabidly crazy over there. The atmosphere does look... I would like to go to a college basketball game just for the atmosphere alone. Seems crazy. They know how to make a raucous atmosphere at the basketball. More so than any other sport, it seems. I don't know why, but out of them all, the college basketball seems to be the one where everybody just goes crazy. I don't know if it's the kind of people it attracts, but they're all going nuts. I have no idea about it this year. Like last year, everyone was talking about first overall pick, and that we knew it was going to be. I have no idea who's the star in college basketball this year. I don't know who the number one pick overall is going to be, or the potential ones they're saying. But I'm sure we'll see soon enough. Again, still just in a commercial break right now. We are just waiting for the start of the second quarter. And yes, maybe the 14-point home favourite line is going to show here. USF threatening to go up by 18. But we know knows. We've seen a lot of weird plays in this game so far. Maybe UTSA are going to get one to go for them. Yeah, we've had a pick six. We've had a strip sack return touchdown. We've had a muffed punt, or technically a muffed punt, but yeah, had a lot of fun plays so far. Oh, there's Nick Saban doing his commercials. Surprised he's not come back into coaching yet, but I guess he just wants to do the TV stuff now. Don't know if he would come back into college. Oh, and in Michigan news, Brent, obviously the Wolverines not coming to Germany now, which is a shame. They were meant to be coming to play Western Michigan last year, but they've decided they want to play it at home instead. So I don't know if there's going to be a college game in Germany next year. But obviously we've got one coming to the UK. Arizona State are playing against Kansas, which is going to be fun. I think me and Ryan are going to go to that. Hopefully we'll try and do some live content on the day for you, which will be fun. But yeah, it's a shame. We were thinking about potentially going over to Germany if Michigan were going to come over, because obviously maybe a lot of Lions fans would come over as well, so we're going to come and meet people. But yeah, they decided they don't want to do it. They want to have their scrub non-con schedule at home instead. Shame on you. Shame. We have a gentleman with a KFC bucket on his head. Oh, I am so ready to go. I want to go to a college football game more than I do an NFL game. Like, I would be one of those idiots in the crowd wearing something crazy. That is just who I am and who I will be. Alex Golesh doing the interview. He's going to be at a Power 4 program soon. And whoever gets him, like, you are witnessing the birth of a star here at head coach. He already is, but he's just got this team so well drilled, man. We've got a quarterback sneak we're going to have here. It's 3rd and 1. It's a weird tush-push type scenario, but not a tush-push. They're trying to draw them off again. Brown takes it out the back, and he's got a touchdown. There we go. And again, I've lost track of how many missed tackles there have been on this drive. Someone got a go at him in the backfield. It was kind of fun. He backed out. He took the ball under center. He backed out of the tush push while his line pushed. Rolled out to the left. A UTSA defender got a shot on him, but You see how elusive he is. This is what makes him such an enticing prospect for draft teams. Like, his dual threat ability is second to none. Again, I might not be thinking fully clearly because there are a lot of Group of 5 teams, but he's one of the best quarterbacks in the Group of 5, period. He might be the best dual threat quarterback in the Group of 5. If I'm forgetting anyone, then put it in the comments, but this is such a well-designed play. UTSA get proper suckered in here, thinking it's the tush push. But when you've got a QB like Brown, he's got 2 blockers who go out to the left for him. There's a tight end, there's a running back. 2 guys get a shot on him, but he just shakes them off. Byron Brown does have the ability to be an NFL quarterback, I will say that. His elusiveness, his ability to run is going to be his calling card. He's freakishly athletic. He's got a good arm. He's not really needed to show it there. But South Florida now 21-3 up. And we've got to hope UTSA starts saging some form of a fight back soon. Otherwise, this one might be over early. But it's still been a fun game thus far. So I'm hoping there's still a few twists left in the tail at the moment. Brent goes, Saban knew NIL was the death of amateur football. Don't blame him. I guess it was the death of having ultimate power over your players, like he does. NIL can tempt even the best players away from you now. You've seen some of the huge commits and big players. You know, going back to Travis Hunter when Jackson State tagged him, although that was for Dion, but they were able to give him a good deal as well, which helps. So yeah, he knew that what was coming. It was, iron coaches like him who like to have full control over their team and dictate what the players do were never going to survive in the age of NIL, and he knew that, so fair play to him. Duncan Stewart goes, with Brexit you are one of us, hot fuzz by the way. Northwestern Michigan has no job. Brighton, Chelsea, Manchester, Dexter, hell, fishing is so easy and free. There we go. SA must feel off kilter. They're not doing well so far. They're just starting their 4th drive of the game. They're down 18. They need to make some plays. It's a screen. It's blown up. And it's a 2-yard loss. Am I watching the Detroit Lions here? That felt really like a John Morton play call, that did. An undefended screen that got blown up. If I could eliminate one pass from your game of football, I would eliminate the screen pass. I despise them. They should be illegal. It's 2nd and 11, again behind the sticks. Owen McCown rolls out. Big throw downfield, gets his man. I think that's McQueen. It's not McQueen. But it's a good chunk yard play there. It is... That's David Amador the second. Yeah, UTSA have double the offensive yards, but 18 less points. Again, this will still not be funny. This will be funny all night long. They're into USF territory at the 45. That was a good pass. Trickery. 2 handoffs and thrown downfield. What a catch! He's going down to the end. Is that a touchdown? They've got it, and they strike back right away. Oh, this game did have a twist in it. Patrick Overmeyer. He's one of the backup tight ends. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. And what a play design, what a catch, and what a run after the catch that was. UTSA bite back, and we have a shootout, y'all. This is going to be good. Handoff to the running back. Running back tosses it to the receiver. Receiver tosses it back to McCown. Uh-oh. What's gone on here? They're reviewing it. Oh, no. Please, let this stand. It's quite a high throw, but Overmeyer high points it so well. I'm guessing, did they go out of bounds, or was it a forward throw? What are we looking at here? Oh, the receiver's out of bounds. So we got to have a look here. They're saying, did he push him out of play? He's looking, the push. I think he goes out on his own. Oh, no. Oh, they're saying he might be pushed out. Please don't rule this off. It is such a good catch. Overmeyer he does get pushed. He's sort of wobbling on his feet, like he's not steady. Here comes the call. Touchdown. We have a game, y'all. And again, what a pass that was. It was a traditional sort of flea flicker play. QB handed it off to the running back who was in motion to the left. He passed it off to the wide receiver who was in motion to the right. Back to the QB. The wide receiver does get pushed out of bounds, but it unbalances him. So he's not running properly. He has to stop, correct, high point it, turn around and run into the end zone. That's just a really good play there. And the Roadrunners are not dead yet. The PAT is about to go up. And it's good, and we have an 11-point game again. It's South Florida 21, UTSA 10. The Roadrunners go into the book. Their bag of tricks. It is a lovely play. It's a good throw from McCown. Really, really good catch from Patrick Overmeyer. I cannot, keep saying how good that was. And the backup tight end comes up clutch for his Roadrunners as we go to a commercial break. Yeah, it wasn't they didn't flag it. I think that they were just checking, but obviously the line judge didn't see anything wrong with it. It does look like this contact, and then he runs out. But they're saying the contact kind of forces him off balance and sends him out. So I thought they were going to overturn that, but they, like you said, they go on the side of the receiver more often than not. But for the good of the game, we needed that. And yeah, UTSA not dying yet, but their defense has to find some answers. They were rotten on that first USF drive. The special teams screwed up on the kickoff, and then the defense was bad. So if they can get a stop here, we got a game on. This UTSA offense has been pretty good. It's just the 2 turnovers for touchdowns. Can't lose the turnover battle, and the turnover luck is already going to be at 14 points, which is massive. It's absolutely huge. They're going to have to get a turnover somewhere along the line. The Roadrunners sport a 4-4 record. They do, and it is a tale of two. They're 1-3 on the road, but then they're 3-1 at home. But as I say, they've not lost a conference game at home for 23 games now. That probably stretches back about 3 years. They've not lost a game at home. Nobody can beat them in San Antonio at all. Not when it comes to the conference. That stretches back to their CUSA days. I'm pretty sure the record is they've never lost an American game at home. And this is their 3rd year in the American. It's the road stuff which is the issue, and you've seen it today. Some silly plays, silly mistakes. They just don't seem to do it when they're at home. There's some of these college teams do it though. They look like $1 million at home, and then they look like they were out with Macklemore in the thrift shop when they're on the road. So, but they're fighting back. I've got to give it to them. You go down 14 points from 2 defensive turnovers. It would be easy for you to let your guard down. They went down 18 points. That first drive could have absolutely killed them, but no, they've snapped out of it. They've bit right back. That's what we want. And yeah, that's why Jeff Traylor's been so successful with them. This is a tough team. This is a really tough team. He's one of the better coaches in the group of 5. He won't let them go down without a fight. They are built very well. As I say, there's still a lot of time left in this game. They don't have to abandon the run yet on offense. They've still got everything available to them. They don't need to panic. A little bit of trickery there. That's going to put the USF defense off going forward. They've spent a lot of time out there, the USF defense have. So if UTSA can keep getting their offense back out there quick, they've got an opportunity to take advantage as they kick it off. And it's just going to go for a touchback this time. So no special team errors. That's your first tick in the box. Now you've got to go out there and make some good defensive plays. But Byron Brown is just so damn good. Yeah, you can see there that the standings are crazy. There are 7 teams with 1 loss. all the big guns. And then you've got East Carolina, you've got Temple. You've got a lot of teams hanging in there at the minute. Again, the American became stacked quickly. North Texas, Navy, Memphis, Tulane. Going to start on their own 25. There's a man in the backfield. Brown rolls out for the first one here. He's trying to find his running back. Aims a bit further down the field. Gets his receiver. That is number 81. We've not seen this triumvirate of good receivers that USF have so far. We've had to wait so long for them. 81 is Christian Neptune. He's got 23 receptions this year, 171 yards for that. He's the short yardage guy. We've got a flag on their next play. Again, another shot to Neptune. Oh, can't start with the flags here, Roadrunners. Cannot start with the flags. What have they got? There's been a lot of laundry in this game so far. And I can't hear the ref. Holding on the offense. So a play goes for UTSA there. They're going to get South Florida behind the sticks. And this is sometimes where this South Florida team do come a little bit undone. They like to run it so much. When you get them second, third and long, you can get them in a bind. I think that's just a really good blast. A hell of a block from Keyshawn Singleton, who's been pinged. I don't agree with that one at all. Screen passes out. 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles. Gets about 7 or 8 yards. Man, these guys have got they've got the Michigan syndrome here. I thought Michigan were bad at missing tackles this year. UTSA are taking the biscuit. It's 2nd and 3. Playing at tempo. Brown rolls out. Threatens to pass. Stutter steps inside, makes 1, 2, 3 men miss. He's down to the 20, the 15. And you are seeing the witness of the power of Byron Brown here. What a play. And this is how good a runner he is. Watch how this play develops. He rolls out behind his running back and an offensive lineman. Waits for the gap and then just bolts. Look at that speed. He goes through 4 guys. They're at the UTSA 16 already. They're just waltzing through them again, and we're just going bang, bang, thank you, ma'am. Rolls out again, takes a shot at the end zone, touchdown! We've got another touchdown already. USF strike back even quicker, and that is their star man, Keyshawn Singleton, with his 4th touchdown reception of the year. And this UTSA defense is getting absolutely shredded. It's 27-10 to the Bulls, and Christ, it feels like we've got a touchdown every 2 minutes here. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Brown just rolls out, and he's all alone. That is a busted coverage if ever I've saw one. The kick is about to go up. Grammatica's on. Kick is up. Kick is good, and we've got an 18-point game again, just like that. Byron Brown is so good. Got a high-scoring game here, but just look at the plays he makes on the ground. That rushing play from him that set this up is absolutely tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. As I say, he's got an offensive lineman and a running back out blocking for him. And he just waits and waits and waits. And then he springs like a bolt. And he just bursts through a gap with 4 defenders trying to get him. And there's just no there. But yeah, Keyshawn Singleton, for him, that is his 4th touchdown of the year. He's approaching 900 yards in his career with USF. Had a good first year. Had 400 yards, 3 touchdowns last year. He's already at about 480 with 4 touchdowns this year. So already beaten his freshman year numbers. He's 6'3", 215. He is a perfect build for a receiver. An absolutely perfect build for a receiver. It's 2 years till he comes to the draft. There will be a lot of teams watching this kid. In fact, it would not surprise me if he was at one of the bigger Florida teams in 12 months. He's really breaking out this year. Wow, folks, what a game we've got. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. You get a touchdown. I get a touchdown. Everybody gets a touchdown in this one. Doug Stewart, Owen McCown at quarterback, running backs Robert Henry Jr., John Emery Jr., wide receiver Amador II, royalty here. Yeah, this UTSA offense got players, man. It's got players. But so do USF. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're at what? 28, 38? We're at 38 points already, and we've still got a good chunk of the second quarter to go. I don't know what the over-under for us is, but it's hitting the over. There's absolutely no way it's not hitting the over. Feels like the part of the game now where UTSA have got to slow this down. They have got to slow this game down. They can score quick, but they're conceding just as quickly. They need to make some adjustments and quick, and I don't know how they're going to do it, but Byron Brown's just so good. I don't know how they lost to Memphis last week. This team should have gone unbeaten this year. They're way too good to be losing games this year, but such is the life of teams in the American. This UTSA team absolutely twonked Tulane last week, but they were at home. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. You beat Tulane at home convincingly, dominantly, and then this. So we're going to get UTSA on the field again. This is like their 6th offensive drive already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be the 5th. It's still way too many. Just waiting for the kickoff. Yeah, we've still got 12 and a half minutes of the second quarter. We're barely into the second quarter of this game, and we've got 38 points already. Can't say we're not getting money for value. Yeah, Oprah, look under your seat, a touchdown. There are touchdowns everywhere. Here, there, and everywhere. We just need some sort of punt return touchdown or a kick return touchdown now. That's what we need. We're trying to fill the bingo card today. Trying to fill the bingo card. Have we had a rushing touchdown? I don't think we've had anything as basic as a rushing touchdown yet. I think they've all been throws. Right, so UTSA go to work again, down 18. What a fun game this is, even if there's an 18-point gap. What can the Roadrunners do in response? It's a screen blown up. About a 1-yard gain. That looked like a hip toss there from Rucker. There's a flag down. Probably going to be holding. Or is it an offset? Or an illegal motion? It's something on UTSA. But it's a tackle for loss nonetheless, even if they don't accept it. Or he's not sure. He doesn't know what it is. There's been that many penalties at this point. Illegal shift on the offense. 5 yards. They're going to enforce it, so it's going to be 1st and 15. Again, not what you want. There's been too many negative plays on first down for the Roadrunners and penalties. Gotta get better at that. Let's see where they are on the penalised chart this year. They're at their own 20. 1st and 15. Need to get to the 35. They do have a man in the backfield. Dump off to the running back. He is swarmed. It's a 1-yard loss. It is going to be 2nd and 16. And now you are way behind the sticks. Team stats. Where can I get penalties? Try and not get penalised teams. Oh. It's a screen and it's dropped. It's going to be 3rd and 15. I hate screens. Fewest penalties. Here we go. Where are they both? UTSA have got to be in the back half of this. Nope. Surely they've got to be in here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Joint 97th. They've given up 60 penalties in 8 games. Yikes. That is going to get better. Another screen pass. And guess what, folks? Flags. This is false start. How many penalties have they got in this game so far? I'm going to have to go and look at this. They might have blown their penalty count out the water already. Team stats. How many penalties are we at? Oh, wait. Only 3. Well, it's 5 now. They got 5 penalties on the day. There are 8 penalties in this game. And we've only played 19 minutes. So we're going at roughly a penalty every 2 minutes of play. At this rate, we're going to have 30 by the time the game is done. 3rd and 20, handoff. Henry breaks a tackle, gets about 8 or 9. It's going to be 4th and 12. They're going to have to punt. And this Roadrunners team is now in a little bit of bother. Now they're in a little bit of bother. You're down 18 and you're defending, and you have done nothing so far to suggest that you might get back into this. Well, we will stay here for the duration. Even if this turns into a blowout, we'll find something to do. Punt. Looks like he was going to fake it for a minute. It is taken at the 34 of USF. It's a decent punt in the circumstances. But yeah, USF probably going to have a chance to put this one to bed for good now. We're in last chance saloon for UTSA potentially. Just too many negative plays, too many penalties. It's crazy. Time of possession. South Florida have 3 minutes and 37 seconds of possession. They have 28 points. Mind-numbing. If you were looking at the stats of this game, you'd be thinking, what the hell's gone on? They take the ball at their own 35. 2 men in the backfield. An old option set. Brown keeps it. Gets through 2 tackles. Gets about 6. Little bit chippy now. Some of UTSA's players just having a bark at him. Probably should try and tackle him first before chirping him. 2nd and 4. High tempo again. Handoff. Running back is round the edge to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. And it's another touchdown. And just like that, South Florida, Nikahi Davenport. It is a 60-yard rushing touchdown. And hot knife through butter does not do this one justice. This is absolutely incredible. I don't think USF have had 4 minutes of possession and they're at 35 points. It's going to be... This is crazy. He finds a crease down the left and just... I don't think anybody touches him. I said Traylor had a backbone on this Roadrunners side. I apologise. I'm not used to seeing this. So yeah, the running back, he just goes around the left and that's it. He's just gone. Nobody touches him. Davenport houses it. Someone clips his heel just as he's about to go in. This is a well-designed play. Again, there's one defensive back out on that side of the field. His receiver blocks him inside. He's pretty much in the scrum by the time he's done. And all the running back has to do is find green grass on the left of the line and he's gone. He's gone. Well, it looks like we might just be doing the first half today, folks. This might be a short stream. Unless you want me to keep going. Yes, 4 minutes and 8 seconds of possession for South Florida, and they've got 35 points. So they are averaging a touchdown. I mean, they know they've got 2 defensive touchdowns, but they're averaging a touchdown every 5 touchdowns in 4 minutes. That is probably about every 40 seconds or so. Yeah, let's say 40 seconds. Every 40 seconds they're averaging a touchdown. This is cray-cray. as they say. USF are going at 16.5 yards per play. That's 16.5 yards per play. This is mental. Oh, come on, UTSA, please. Let's get some touchdowns back in this, please. We're at 45 points, and we've not even played 20 minutes of football, and we've got 45 points. At this rate, we will end up with 135 points in this game. So, I mean, it's going to be fun one way or the other. Oh, man. I was thinking so much this week because I thought we're going to be doing the college pod on Saturday. There are not that many interesting games technically knocking round this week, so I thought let's try an early one. And oh boy. Obviously there's BYU and Texas Tech this week, but that's at 5. I'm still at work then, so I can't do that. Outside of that, there's a lot of the main ranked teams are playing scrubs this week, and there's not a lot of interesting games. Ugh. Hey, we're having some fun though. We got lots of points on the board in this one. But yeah, 35-10 currently to South Florida, and they are really going hard. Raiders are leading the Broncos. That is interesting. Tell me, did Ashton Giante get that touchdown? He's in my fantasy lineup. If I can't get a competitive game of football here, I can at least get some fantasy football points. Although, no, my luck, he's probably off injured or something like that. Oh no, he's got a touchdown. There we go. Ashton Giante, touchdown. I'll take that. My fantasy team appreciates that. $35-10 to the Bulls. And just waiting for UTSA to get going again, and who knows what's going to happen on this drive. Let's see. Dang nabbit. And yet Owen McCown and Henry and co need to find something quick. They need to find an answer. Again, Jeff Traylor is one of the best head coaches in the group of 5. This is not like his teams to be absolutely dismantled like this. I like to think there's still some fight in them at the moment. Starting at their own 25. Let's no penalties, no tackle for loss. Let's just have that. Handoff. Hey, there we go. Goes for 5 yards. We have a good play. Henry absolutely trucks some poor USFD tackle. Second and 5. Right, let's get positive momentum going here. We can do this. We can do this. Absolutely. Second and 5, UTSA at their own 30. Meanwhile, my ginger beer will not open, which is devastating for me. McCown drops. Protection is decent. He rolls out. Throw downfield. Finds his man. That is Houston Thomas, the tight end. Gets down to the USF 45. We have some movement, folks. UTSA are in the USF's half. Comeback time is on. It's only 25 points. The Denver Broncos pulled off this recovery in 1 quarter the other week. They can do it in half a game. Handoff, first down, run, nothing, gets nothing. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Dang. Comeback's over. The interior of that USF defensive line is remaining stout at the moment. I don't really talk much about USF's defensive line. The linebackers and their secondary who love to get things going. 2nd and 10 at the USF 45. McCown drops back. He's getting hunted down. He's sacked. What a dominant pass rush off the edge that was. That is DJ Harris. That is his first sack of the season. Just bulldozes his way past the left tackle. And 3 of them converge on McCown. And they're trying to kill him. It's 3rd and 16. And the road runs in a lot of bother here. They need something, but the pass protection is not holding up right now. But yeah, that is a first sack of the year for DJ Harris on this USF defense, and they are going to come for you. Drop back, sack again! Way, way, way back. And that is Ira Singleton. That is his second sack or is it his third? Sorry, that's his second today, I believe. Back-to-back sacks, and this UTSA offensive line is falling apart like my hairline did once upon a time. 4th and 22. South Florida defense tonight, 4 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, interception, fumble recovery, 2 touchdowns. If you're playing college football fantasy and you've got the USF defense, you've won your game already this week. They've probably got about 100 points on their own. And guess what? On the punt, we've got a flag. Bingo for UTSA offensive drives. First down, tackle for loss, ineffective screen pass, sack, penalty. It is a delay of game on the offense. Oh boy. 4th and 27. Somehow I don't think they're going to go for it. No, the punt unit is out there. Dang. Who knows? Maybe they could have completed a 4th and 27. We could have got that. I say no. We are going to be sickos. We are going to go to the end of this one. We can still talk about lots of good stuff. The punt is nearly blocked, and it is a decent punt. It gets down to the 21-yard line of USF. Let's play a game. How long is it going to take USF to score another touchdown? Answers in the comments. I'm guessing 26 seconds. I shouldn't be laughing at this, but it is what it is. Can't get my ginger beer open. Oh great. And now it's just fallen off. God damn it. Excuse me. USF starting from their 23, sorry. Oh, is that... Nope. He's just checking out the play. Thought it was another penalty flag. Handoff. First down. 11 yards. Oh, is that a fumble? Or are they going to say forward momentum? Oh, is this a turnover? It was a first down. It went about 12 yards. It's a turnover. And just like that, we have life back in this game. It's probably going to be checked. It was a first down run for about 12 yards. I didn't know if forward momentum had stopped him, but he just dropped it. No, did he? Oh no! His ass is on his leg. Oh, is he down? This is close. This is close. His ass is on his arm. I think that is a wonderful tackle. The UTSA defender grabs him, slings him to the ground, but the running back's arse lands on his arm. Yeah, there is no ass cheek touching the ground there. And then he rolls over. His hand is down, but not his elbow, and it just drops out his arm. I told you this one wasn't over. That is one of the most bizarre turnovers you will ever see. There he goes. Down he goes. No ass cheek on the ground. He gets back up again. Is his knee down? Oh, I don't know. Maybe his knee's down on the second look. But then he tries to scoop it up and it just bounces out. I don't know. This has been called a fumble on the field. So, arse on the arm. His knee... I don't think his knee touches. That's incredible. That's one of those plays where you have to try... You have to try not to hit the ground. Or you have to try to... not hit the ground, sorry. Yep, there is a gap between... We're getting a close-up of the running back's backside. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. We've got a fun one to watch with you today. This is a good laugh, regardless of what happens. Yeah, there is no bottom touching the ground there. It's just does the knee when he rolls over. But that's a sensational play from the defender. The defender's deliberately trying to do that. He can feel that the guy's not touched the ground and he scoops him over. And again, this was called a fumble. So, there has to be... I'm not seeing definitive evidence that there was contact with the floor. This is a crazy game. This is an absolutely crazy game. I can't see enough to overturn that. This should be UTSA ball deep in USF territory. And it is the weirdest... if that is the weirdest fumble you will see this weekend. Let's have a look. Oh no! They've overturned it! Nah. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. They've overturned it. That is bogus. I can see the gap between his bum and the ground. It does not touch. That is a bogus call, that is. USF have still got the ball and it's a first down at their own 34. Man, that sucks. Handoff. Tries to go to the outside. Big tackle for loss of about 4 yards. And that really seems to have pissed UTSA off. Maybe this is the fire they need. But that is a big tackle for loss. And they've not had many of them so far. Yeah, I do not agree with that call at all. That is a rubbish call. Byron Brown drops back. He's protected so well in the pocket. There's a hold. He throws it downfield. He's got his receiver. That is a great throw. There was a hold. I could see the hold from here. No hold called. Okay. They're into UTSA territory. Handoff. Goes for about 2 yards. They get it down to about the 39-yard line. That was bogus. You could see the edge player have his shirt grabbed. It's a lovely throw from Byron Brown into a bucket. I don't know who got it. That might have been the young freshman who got that one. He's taking a shot deep towards the end zone. It's a touchdown. We've got another touchdown, folks, and USF are going crazy, and it's Keyshawn Singleton again. He is not going to be in South Florida this time next year. If he is, it's going to be with the Seminoles or it's going to be with the Hurricanes. He's going to be in Florida. He ain't going to be with South Florida. 5 plays, 77 yards. A bit more than the 27 seconds that I predicted. But yeah, we have played 25 minutes and we've got 51 points. We're going at about 2 points per minute here, folks. The only trouble is 41 of them belong to South Florida. Oh dear. And now it's 42. The BAT goes over. We got a 32-point game. That is absolutely bogus. UTSA they forced a fumble there and got the ball back and it was overturned. There was no evidence to say that should have been the case. I could see the gap here. They said he was down, but he wasn't. Then they got a big 4-yard tackle for loss and they balls that up. And yeah, USF took last week's loss to Memphis personally. Unfortunately, UTSA are on the receiving end of it. But again, if we're watching the football on play, Keyshawn Singleton, that is his second touchdown grab of the night. That is a name you want to learn for the 2027 draft if you're looking for a physical, violent outside wide receiver who's got the build that you want. There is an NFL player in there in him. He is incredibly talented. We've not even really seen the other two major USF receivers so far. And they've got 42 points on the board. Kick is away. We've still got 5.5 minutes of the second quarter left. And it's 42-10. Right, well, every UTSA drive is an adventure so far, so let's go on an adventure together again and see what happens. This is... Oh boy. Jeff Traylor is not happy. What on earth do you say to your team when you go in 42-10 down? It might not even be over yet. What do you say when you're going in at halftime 32 points down? At the bare minimum here, if we're looking for the most unlikely comeback of all time, screen pass. In fairness to the receiver, he does really well to find a bit of a crease and get 3 yards. I've seen that same screen pass at least 6 times in this game. This UTSA offensive play calling is predictable. I think maybe Johnny Morton's getting involved in this. It's 2nd and 7. And guess what, folks? We've had a flag. Of course we've had a flag. They can't even go 2 plays without a flag. It's a false start. They've lost all that yardage they got from the first down. So instead of being 2nd and 7, they're at 2nd and 12. They're behind the sticks again. Right, so what have we had? We've had penalty. We've had screen pass. Now we're going to get sack. We're due a sack. We're due a defensive touchdown as well, actually. So maybe another strip sack defensive touchdown. It's 2nd and 12. The UTSA offense is all over the place, trying to get set. Come on, we get a sack here. 2nd and 12. They get the play off. It's a handoff. Oh, no, it's a tackle for loss on the running back, of course. I forgot about that one. Henry, that is a 3-yard tackle for loss. And this USF defense is just... That's Denard Flowers, one of the edge rushers. That is about a 3-yard loss. This is going to be like 3rd and 15. 3rd and 14. So not too bad for UTSA. It's only 3rd and 14. God knows what they're going to do here. USF could have 50 by the half. Drop back from McCown. We're due a sack. He gets it off. Oh, I think they got the first down. There we go. There we go. We've got it. We're getting some going here. That is David Amador the second. Another grab for him on the evening. UTSA, of course, going hurry up here. He's got 3 receptions for 56 yards. So a lone bright spot for these. Screen. Ah, they get it. Oh, they were so close. He nearly broke it. That was a shot to Devin McQueen on the screen. He did bolt through 2 defenders, but the second one tagged him. It's an 8-yard gain, though. It's 2nd and 2. Another screen. And to McQueen again. He gets 2 yards. And guess what? There's a flag on the play. Oh, this is like word association bingo. Screen, flag. Yeah. Oh, it's on the defense this time. What have they called there? Illegal substitution, so they've caught them with 12 men on the field. But that was the exact same screenplay twice in a row. God. Gotta start taking some shots downfield, my man. I guess the trouble is, they can't protect McCown long enough to do so. Does take a shot downfield this time, though. Hunter Thomas, his wide receiver, he's having a really good game apart from the one drop, but that's another first down. They're down to about the 35. They are threatening a score here. There's 3 minutes left in the half. If we're talking ideal scenarios for UTS here, they've got to bleed the rest of the clock in this half and then score. Don't give USF another possession. You see that there? USF, 27 seconds per play. It's the fastest in the FBS after a bad drop there. That is Jamal Hardy Jr. He's only got 4 receptions on the year. He's just dropped it. 3 drops overall from this team tonight. Should have been another first down, but it's 2nd and 10. But yeah, South Florida on average are taking 27 seconds on their offensive plays. It's the quickest in the FBS. Their offense is hurry up. They have just put UTSA on the back foot. Their defense is gassed. They can't get a breather. They can't substitute. They're just hitting them. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. We're at the 36, second and 10. Henry tries to hit the edge. He gets it. He nearly gets the first down. He gets about 9, sorry. Should be about a 3rd and 1 or a 3rd and 2, give or take. They've got to go for it though. Clock is down to 2:30. I think they can take this down to the 2-minute warning just, but they don't because they're 32 down. So, it's 3rd and 4. He went out a bit earlier than I thought. I think you've got to go down. McCown goes under centre. He was in the gun, sorry. No, he's under centre. He's moving round. It looks like they're about to take it down to 2 minutes, which is just passive aggressive when you're down 32. There we go. 2-minute warning of the first half. It's 42-10. This could be the second half. Roadrunners really, it sounds very simple to say this, but they simply have to score at this point. 32 down. You need a score because USF get the ball first in the second half. 77-20. Hey, I'd take that. That'd be fun to discuss when it's done. Yeah, very fast paced. 27 seconds. Is ginger beer what we call ginger ale, a carbonated soft drink? No. Ginger beer and ginger ale are two different things. Ginger beer uses proper ginger, root ginger. It's a lot stronger. Ginger ale just uses like ginger extract, like a fake version of it. Ginger beer's the real stuff. It's beautiful. It's got a cloudy colour to it because the proper root ginger discolours it. But it's lovely. I drink ginger beer for like. This is an Australian brand actually. It's called Bundaberg. It's absolutely fantastic. I drink this stuff by the gallon when the winter comes. It's very warming, slightly spicy, like the perfect winter drink. But I can't get my lid off it because my lid's snapped. And it's a pain in the arse thing. Pull out, then up. Can't pull out when it's snapped. Excuse me, yes, I know you tuned in for college football play-by-play, but right now, this is ginger beer bottle opening without a lid. God's sake. I'm going to have to go and remove this physically when we get to half time, and I will have to wait till then. Oh, let's have a knife or something. But yeah, ginger beer is real ginger. Ginger ale is fake ginger. Unless, well, that's how it works over here. It might work over different for yours. I'm going to be getting ready for lights out, but we'll keep listening. Appreciate you, Mark Marker. Appreciate everyone who is listening in so far. I get this is a kind of a bit of a blowout now at this point. Would be more interesting if it was a bit closer, but we'll see. I might just go to the half and then we might call it quits. Obviously, I just don't want to be here talking people through an absolute shutout for a couple of hours. But the point of these streams is also, if you want to talk about anything else college football related, then I can do that as well. So it's just to try and ease the workload that we have to put into the main show, because there's just too much stuff to talk about. And we don't get a chance to talk about everything. So, if you want to talk about any other issues or anything, then please feel free. Because the half is coming up soon anyhow, so I'm going to need something to go through. I can go through the stats and that, but they do not make pretty reading at all. Yeah. This is just a moment. I'm going to have to go and get this sorted. So we are UTSA 3rd and 4 at the 29 of USF. Really need to get, so they've really got to convert this third down. There is a running back in there. Drops. Free blitzer off the edge. And he's sacked. Of course he's sacked. They are blitzing like crazy. Jarvis Lee again. The man has been an absolute menace. He's just there. He's sat just off the line of scrimmage. He's sat waiting. They're obviously waiting for what the running back's going to do. It's quite good. The running back goes out in the flat as a receiver, and Jarvis Lee just has a straight shot to the quarterback. The running back should be in pass protection there, but of course they're trying to do the screen. It's 4th and 13. 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, interception, fumble recovery, 2 touchdowns. That is the line for this South Florida defense in one half. 5 sacks. The havoc rate is going to be absolutely insane. This might break havoc rate records. That is 14 negative plays for a loss. 14. They might break some records here unless they call off the dogs. We're going to punt, and USF are going to have a chance to get one more before the half. And to sum up UTSA's day, the punt goes down to the 1, then it hops over the guy who's trying to block it into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Like, that's just not fair, man. There have been a few plays that have gone against them, but overall, I think they deserve to be on the end of this hammering. Not taking anything away from South Florida, though. This is a great team. This is a playoff team. They absolutely should be in the conversation to go to the college football playoffs. There are a lot of teams who they would give trouble, especially if they can get a home berth. They'll not get a home berth, but you know, there are teams who won't want to play them. Brown escapes from the pocket, launches a dart downfield. What a catch! That is an unreal catch. Is that Keyshawn Singleton again? This is just absolute demolition derby stuff. It is. That's Keyshawn Singleton. Look at that for a contested catch. Absolutely stunning. He is having the half of all halves. He's got 3 receptions for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. The man's got 3 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Oh, they're at the UTSA 38. A little shovel pass there from Brown. It's a first down. This has never looked like a more broken team in my life. They're done. The Roadrunners are done. This is just a case now of how high this score is gonna go. Byron Brown is 8 of 8 for 171 yards. So there's a screen pass, and they get about 5 yards from it, and it should have been a negative play. I feel like I'm playing the greatest hits at this point. Contact in the USF backfield, they end up getting 5 yards, missed tackles. Like, they're at the UTSA 23 now, 2nd and 6. Brown keeps it down the middle, gets about 5. It's going to be 3rd and 1. There's 40 seconds left. UTSA have no interest in stopping the clock whatsoever to try and get the ball back. Handoff. It's a tackle for loss. There we go. Eventually, they got one. It's 4th down. Nico Grammatica's going to come and kick this. They're going to take it right down to 4 seconds. Grammatica's going to trot out. This is his first field goal of the day. They got 6 touchdowns so far. Grammatica's just been kicking PATs, but he's going to get his chance at now. Yeah, timeout's taken with 3 seconds to go. And this is probably going to be a 45-10 lead at the half. I think that's just mean. They should have just let the clock run out. I think 42-10 is enough at this point. God. Why is this thing so damn difficult? I don't know how long this is. It's not going to be the longest in the world. Probably about 45, maybe? Or is it a bit longer? He is 11 of 14 this year, Grammatica, I think. He's not kicking well from long. This is a 40-yard exactly. He's been pretty clutch. I don't think he's missed one from within 40 this year. It's when he goes outside of that where he's been a bit icky. Snap is down, kick is up, and that probably couldn't have been more central if he tried. There we go, folks. This is half-time, not full-time. UTSA 10, USF 45. And South Florida get the kickoff to start the second half. So, yes, we are going to either witness the biggest comeback of all time, or we're going to see a slow death in the second half. And I'm going to bet my money on which one's going to happen. It's not going to be the miracle comeback. This is a shame. This is the problem. Sometimes picking these games, you just can't be sure that you're going to get a close one. This is the first time I've had a true blowout on one of these, which is not bad because I think it's the fourth or fifth one we've done. Fourth or fifth? Might be the fourth we've done. So I've had 3 good ones and now I've had 1 blowout, but we get to watch a good South Florida performance together. That's the key here. Right, I will be back very temporarily. I just need to open my ginger beer because I need something to drink. Lord. Oh, we have had success. It has been a crazy blowout, mile marker. It has. Again, I can't help feeling that overturned fumble call on USF was the death knell for this. If UTSA could have gotten the ball back, they'd have been at like the USF 25 or something. If they could have got the ball back there on that turnover, maybe something different happens in this game, but their defense has been really bad so far. Let me just go through some of the stats for this game. So USF, despite having the ball, this is insane. The time of possession difference. UTSA have 23 minutes and 7 seconds of possession. USF have 6 minutes and 53 seconds. Do you know how much offense they have mustered in those 6 minutes 53 seconds? 350 yards in not even 7 minutes. That is crazy. If on average a team has, say, 28 minutes, let's say, in a game, that's reasonable. Yeah, you can have 28 minutes in a game. So you would quadruple that. So you're at 7 minutes, so you need to times that by 4 to get to 28. At this rate, if they kept going the way they were, USF would have 1,400 total yards in this game with just 28 minutes of offense. These are just video game numbers. What's crazy is they've got 175 passing yards and they've got 175 rushing yards. They've got exactly the same amount of passing and rushing. They are going at 15.2 yards per play. So that is a first down and a half every single time they touch the ball. They've only had 12 first downs in this game and a half, which is just nothing. They've ran 23 plays to UTSA's 45. But UTSA have allowed 5 sacks. USF have given up nothing on Byron Brown so far. USF have not punted so far. Their punter is sat on the sidelines doing nothing. He's just holding for kicks. Penalties, we've had 10 penalties in this game for 81 yards. 6 on UTSA, 4 on South Florida. Both teams have fumbled. We've had a pick 6 on UTSA's side, but these are just, yeah. You tell me that a team's had 7 minutes of possession and a half, it's got 350 yards of offense, and it's got 45 points on the board. I'd get you sectioned. It just doesn't happen that way. Byron Brown on the, let's get the updated numbers. Byron Brown is 9 of 9 for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. He does not have a single incomplete pass at this point. He's got 7 carries for 87 yards at 12.4 yards per carry and a rushing touchdown as well. So he's got about 260 yards and 3 touchdowns at this point. Nikahi Davenport has 4 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. Alvin Isaac has 3 carries for 8 yards. Boo. Those are not fun numbers. In terms of receiving, Keyshawn Singleton, the star receiver for these guys, 3 receptions, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's got 3 catches and 2 of them were for tutties. The other was a massive shot downfield. Christian Neptune has 3 for 33. Alvin Isaac has 1 for 29. Davenport has 1 for 11. And Mudia Ruben has 1 for 4. Defensively, 5 sacks. 2 for the cornerback, Jarvis Lee, 1 for edge Ira Singleton, 1 for edge DJ Harris, and half a sack each for the linebacker tandem of Jalen Schuler and Mac Harris. We have a pick 6 from Taven Ward as well to add that to the cake. Those are your USF lines there. Nico Grammatica has been very busy, 6 PATs. He's got a kick in from 40 as well. He is perfect on the day. On UTSA's side, Owen McCown, 16 of 23, 200 yards, a touchdown and an interception. In the rushing game, nothing. Will Henderson III has 5 carries for 27 yards, 5.5 yards a carry. Robert Henry Jr., the star, the man who's at nearly 1,000 yards this year, he's got 9 carries for 26 yards. He's not even going at 3 yards per carry. Whereas McCown at the minute has minus 39 rushing yards from all the sacks. He's going at minus 7 yards per sack. In terms of the receivers, there's been a bright spot. Houston Thomas, the tight end, he's got 6 catches for 69 yards. David Amador has 3 for 56. Patrick Overmeyer has 1 for 45 and a touchdown. That really good grab earlier. That is a lone bright spark there for him. UTSA's defense has done nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I think that just kind of about sums that up. Can't really go into more details than that one, really. Those are your stats at half time. I say, we'll got 12 minutes till it kicks off again. We'll go for a bit. It's still early-ish. We might do the third quarter, but I don't know if we'll see this one through to completion. I don't want to bore you all too much. But yeah, the main college pod's going to be coming on Saturday. We will have lots of interesting stuff on that one for you. As I say, FCS playoffs, FBS playoffs, teams who are piquing our interest, one from each conference. There are some real underdog stories in college football this year which nobody's talking about, so we're going to be going for that. So we've got a lot to come. Yes, there's lots of amazing stats in this 1 mile marker. 2 touchdowns before your offense even has a touch is crazy. But yeah, 7 minutes and 350 yards of offense. So you are going at 50 yards per minute of offense. Bearing in mind, most teams probably take about 40 seconds between plays. Like, that's just... The time between the play itself will about ensconce that. So you're going at 50 yards per minute of offense. What time Saturday? We're looking at 6 our time, which is 1 your time. I finish work at 5, and then I'm going to come back and do it because I don't usually do it too late with Ryan. So we're going to do it. So it'll be during the first slate of games. So BYU and Texas Tech will be on. So we'll probably be watching that whilst we're doing it. But it'll be like the regular... We'll be reviewing last week whilst this week is going on. But, you know, a lot of good stuff did happen last week, to be fair. I don't know if Lisa's still in the building, but her Georgia side, they want to thank the refs in that game against Florida. Florida got hosed in that game. Should have beaten them anyhow, but the refs did everything they could to help Georgia win that game. It was a travesty. But yeah, number 8 lost, number 10 lost, number 9 lost, number 19 lost, number 22 lost. It feels like there's more ranked teams than ever who've lost this year. There seems to be at least 5 or 6 per week, and a lot are just getting upset by unranked teams. Oh. Yep, 1 PM will be good. It'll be good fun. I say the FCS playoffs are looking to be really interesting this year, but the FBS bracket, we can go through them actually. Because there was some really good matchups. Where were we? God, it doesn't do the actual breakdown. I need to get the actual chart itself. Is that this year? Nope, that's last year's. What did the bracket look like? Come on. They're not updating it so far. Obviously it's going to change a lot as time goes by. Where is the picture of it? I just want the picture of the bracket. That's all I want. And then we can go through it. Sorry, here we go. So, in terms of the bracket this week, obviously top 4 seeds get first round byes. They're currently Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M and Alabama. And then obviously after that, everyone else plays. So you have 9 versus 8, 12 versus 5, 11 versus 6 and 10 versus 7. So the first round matchups as predicted so far, you've got Oregon. They will travel to Texas Tech. You've got Memphis, who will be the group of 5 winner, travelling to Georgia, which doesn't seem fair. Virginia travelling to Ole Miss, and Notre Dame travelling to BYU. So the Oregon-Texas Tech winner would play Ohio State. So we would get Ohio State versus Oregon or Texas Tech. The winner of Georgia and Memphis, probably Georgia, will play Alabama. The winner of Virginia and Ole Miss will play Texas A&M, which will be interesting. And the winner of Notre Dame and BYU will play Indiana. It'll be revenge time for the Hoosiers, because obviously Notre Dame knocked out Indiana last year. But I love that bracket. Oregon on the road at Texas Tech would be a absolute stunner of a game. I would definitely do a play-by-play for that one. Georgia getting the easy route at Memphis just sticks, but Virginia at Ole Miss. Virginia are very good this year. They're one of the teams we're going to look at. They've just come out of nowhere, but that would be intriguing. And Notre Dame at BYU. We watched BYU in the Holy War a couple of weeks back. BYU are, they've got a big one this week. BYU and Texas Tech play one another. But if you're going to Provo, I don't think there are a lot of teams that can go to Provo and be guaranteed a win. Notre Dame would be one of them given the style of how they play, but I'm really rooting for BYU and Bear Backmeyer, not Tiger Backmeyer. I seem to have got a soft spot for the Cougs this year. But yeah, these playoffs are looking tasty. Obviously, a lot is going to change because obviously BYU and Texas Tech play one another. So one of them is getting knocked out of the top 12 this week. But Oregon on the road would be good. They're a good side, but we want to see some high-level matchups. Having Indiana and TAMU as two of the first-round buys would be something. It genuinely looks like A&M can win the SEC this year now. Their route to the playoffs is not that hard. It's Texas to go. That's the one, but I think they've got them at home. So, and Texas, they're looking better, but they are imminently beatable this year. But that's shaping up to be a big one in a few weeks. Rivalry week's coming up in 2 or 3 weeks now. Texas and TAMU, it's going to be nasty when they eventually come face to face with one another. If Texas can get through Georgia next week, that'll be the big one. Because Texas will not be in it if they lose to Georgia. Although they want to play spoiler. Gophers play Oregon the week following. Ooh. I don't know. The Gophers have let me down a bit this year. But at the same point, I think Minnesota started better than they probably should have. So their expectations went higher than they should have been. And then they've kind of just come back down to where they should have been. But we went on a roller coaster first. You know what? I wouldn't worry about Drake Lindsay though. It's his freshman year. He's just going through freshman troubles right now. He's shown that he's a very good quarterback. But every freshman goes through his trial by fire, and right now it just seems he's going through his. And as we've seen, that Iowa team might not actually be bad. I'm very intrigued this week. Iowa playing Oregon. Because we've just been let down. Iowa have been frauds so many times now at this point. And you're just waiting for Oregon to absolutely twonk them. But I don't know, there's just a little something this year that's saying that maybe it might be different for Iowa. Maybe it's Ryan talking about Gronowski all the time. Maybe the offense is a little bit different. I don't know if it's going to have enough to trouble Oregon, but certainly Iowa's defense can trouble Oregon. And we saw what Indiana's defense did to Oregon. So they do have the potential to switch that game there. If Iowa did beat Oregon, that would make the Big Ten very interesting. For the following pack, anyhow. But certainly, I don't think that Iowa loss for Minnesota is not as. I don't think it's as bad as it looks now. I think Iowa just started slow, but they are actually a really good team. But next year, Minnesota better do something, especially if Drake Lindsay stays. I will be expecting more of you. And they're going to have to do well to keep on their best players. Like Coy Perich is going to be courted by every team in the nation. Even after that hit the other day. I didn't realise he'd been ejected the other day, but he got himself ejected. I think it's the first time it's ever happened to him, but yeah. Koikart might be at Oregon next year because they're going to need to replace Tyneman, who's going to the draft. Got about 2 minutes before the game starts up again. Again, at this point, it's probably going to be a bit of a formality, but we live in hope. 45-10 to South Florida. I will say I'm just glad to see them doing well. The road to the end of the season for them. Navy after this, then UAB, then Rice. So this is Florida's tough. This is South Florida's tough patch at the minute. They played North Texas a few weeks back and dropped 63 on them. They've played Memphis and obviously lost. Now they've played South Florida. They've played UTSA. Navy next week won't be easy, but the midshipmen lost their first. I think Navy season's going to come apart. They've just got a rotten schedule to end this year. They've got to play Notre Dame at some point soon as well. In fact, that might be this weekend. UAB look better under Alex Mortensen, but I can't see them troubling South Florida. And then it's Rice. I can't see them doing it either. They've just got to hope that all these other one-loss teams around them lose as well. It is a fun conference though. I know I keep saying it, but the American is the place to be for the football this year. But yeah, you dropped 63 on North Texas. You've dropped 45.5 on UTSA. This USF offense is devastating. It's hard to believe that this team was so bad when Golesh arrived. The sheer amount of mismanagement to win 2 conference games in 3 years with one of the worst teams. Like when he took this job, obviously 3 years ago, we were only in the second year of the podcast. So he said it was one of the hardest jobs in football, and obviously it was, but historically it's not. They were just on a completely rotten run, on a rotten head coach. But yeah, you wouldn't think that now. You would think they'd just been great forever. That's how good a job Golesh has done. Again, he's going to be coaching in the Power 4. If they win the American this year, I think he moves. And he would absolutely deserve it. If Miami lose another one, then Cristobal ain't lasting there. Cristobal will be gone soon. Florida are looking for a head coach. Florida State could be looking for a head coach. Like, all the major jobs in Florida could be open this off-season. Byron Brown rushes for 6 on the first play of the half, and already it's more boring than the first half. First play of the first half was a pick 6. That was a run for 6. Up-tempo offense again. They are not backing off. Brown's launching one downfield. What a throw that is. And again, it's Keyshawn Singleton. That is a stunning throw. And if you want to see why Byron Brown has NFL potential, not just as a runner, that throw is why. He dipped that in a bucket between 2 defenders. That was a stunning throw. He keeps this time through the middle. They're down to the 30 already. They want to end this early. UTSA is a cow's carcass in a tank full of piranhas, and they're about to be stripped bare. They're using the option offense here. They're using. Is this the wing T they're using? No, it's not. They've got 3 out, but it's not too dissimilar. Handoff goes for. Oh, he's still going. He breaks through 3 tackles, gets about 5. That should have been 2 yards. Again, I'm not going to bore you with the repetitiveness here. It's just, you know what's happening with this. Even if you're not watching, you could probably call the play-by-play on this game without even watching. Another handoff on 2nd and 5. This one is stopped though. There's going to be 3rd and 5. It's so unbelievably quick, this offense is. So unbelievably quick. Or have they taken a time out here? No, there's an injury. UTSA have a defender down on the field. It's Chidera Otutu. He is clutching his leg. He's in a bit of bother. I think it's one of their defensive tackles. It's going to be a 3rd and 3. At this point, UTSA are going to have to start faking injuries to slow this offense down. It's beautiful to watch, though. See, it's very... I've not mentioned him. Yeah, well, you can wait for the next touchdown mile marker. It's not going to be that long because I'm getting too tired. I did a lot of outside tasks today. Snow coming this weekend. I got to get my little place ready. Hey, look, mile marker. If you've got to go, then go. I appreciate you being in, but don't want to keep you up. I'm a nutter. I literally finished a 12 and quarter hour shift. I've been at work for over 12 hours today. I came back. I had about 5 minutes to snaffle some food and then I started this stream, but I'm an idiot. Don't be an idiot as well. If you're tired, then go. But yeah, so this is interesting because you'll notice we didn't do these watch-alongs, obviously, until this year. So you've heard me talk about the schemes and that, but this is one of the closest iterations you'll find to the go-go, which I used to talk. So that's Brennan Marion's scheme at UNLV. The go-go is a high-tempo, downfield rushing offense, which is designed to, spread the field. Well, designed to bring defenses up so you can take shots down the field at a depleted secondary because all the defenders are up. But I love the go-go. This is sort of a variation of the go-go, but it's my favourite type of offense. It is just designed, you run over your opponent. You have a dual threat quarterback. So your quarterback can obviously check out plays. He can go run. You can do lots of designed runs for him. You have a couple of running backs in the backfield with him to give them misdirection. Usually they're blockers as well. You keep going and going and going. And then you open up the downfield shots for your quarterback. And you've seen that in this game. This is essentially what Brennan Marion's go-go is. Except this is even quicker. Brennan Marion's is a little slower, but it's still wonderful. You'll have heard me harp on about it all the time on the college pod, but and these are the teams where you want the receivers from them. Because remember, it was Ricky White last year. He's breaking into the Seahawks team at the minute, even though he was an undrafted free agent, or he was a late round 7 pick. But he's starting to break into this Seahawks team. Because these receivers have to block, like their lives depend on it. They've got to block, and then eventually they'll get the ball thrown their way. But there's not a lot of them downfield, so they have to do a lot of their work. There's not like 3-4 guys running verts downfield. It's sometimes just them and one other guy. So you've got to be very crafted with your route running. You've got to be very clever, and your hands are going to be great. You've got to be good with yak. Because you also need, as a receiver, to be able to stretch the field to allow the downhill tempo to continue. That's why the teams who can slow it down are the only ones who are successful against them. But slowing it down is a nightmare. But I think you're going to see more of it in college football going forward. But obviously Marion was the creator of it, really. But as you can see, these guys have taken a... But you need the right quarterback. It's so difficult. You've got to get the right quarterback to do it. It's a very niche thing. But Byron Brown is absolutely the right kind of guy to run that. And see, this is what's unique. It's a spread concept as well. You think with running games, it's not spread concept. Here we go again. Breaks a tackle, hurdles the second guy. He's within the 20, and, the guys... You don't get many guys like this. Not at this level. You can get dual threat guys, but he's a dual threat guy who's just got a little bit to him. This is the 7th play of the drive for South Florida. It's the longest drive of the night. It's 7 plays. They've got 6 touchdowns, and their longest drive so far is now 7 plays. It's nuts. They are at the UTSA 6. They're still going tempo. Run! Touchdown! There you go, mile marker. You've got your touchdown. The 7th touchdown of the night for the USF Bulls. And it's Nikahi Davenport again. I think that's his second. I'm losing track of these. Pretty sure it's his second rushing touchdown of the evening. And it's taken them 3 minutes and 4 seconds to blow this UTSA defense apart again, and it's 51-10. And the only question at this point in time is, when are they going to stop? Because there's no comeback on at this point. You are not coming back from 41 points down, even with a full half to go. Grammatica kicks another point after. Grammatica's going to be exhausted. He's had 1 field goal all game. He's still going to be exhausted. Enjoy your bedtime, mile marker. It's been good having you in the building, buddy. Yeah, I'll see you on Saturday for the regular college pod with Rye, where we will have a lot more to talk about by then. But appreciate you dropping in on the lives. I do enjoy doing these, but I don't know if we'll see. We'll see after this year. Hopefully, those of you who are in do enjoy it. I try and make it a more interactive experience at some point. I've spent this week really trying to get on the presentation side of all this, because it's just one thing we've never done really on the pod. We never really entertained any aspects of doing it beyond just being a hobby thing, but we need to try and professionalise this a little bit. We'll try and make this a more interactive experience, but I need to learn. But I will learn. Oh, come on, USF. Onside kick them. Let's just go really mean. Let's onside kick them. No, they don't do that. I look forward to seeing this morning and seeing the final score. Thank you, Ant. See you Saturday. These are lots of fun. Hey, appreciate it, Mark. I'm glad you enjoy them. Enjoy your rest. I will enjoy mine at some point. It's nearly 3 in the morning here, so maybe we'll do the 3rd quarter, then we'll tap out. No point staying up till 5 for a blowout. But yeah, you take care, buddy, and I'll see you Saturday. Oh. Right, what can UTSA do? Right, at this point now, you've got to start fighting for pride, and you've still got a point at the end of the season to go. You're going to be at 4-5. You can still make bowl eligibility. Has McCown been taken out? Yes, he has. We've got a different quarterback in. So Brandon Tennyson is in. He has kind of been doing some exotic play stuff for them, but I believe this is his first set of starts. This will be his first start here. I think they've pulled Owen McCown. They're down 42. They've pulled the starter. UTSA are waving the flag. His first pass is incomplete. Second, he drops back. He tries to throw a dump off and it gets dropped. This is going nowhere. They're not even trying anymore, I don't think. It's 3rd and 10 already. We could witness some records this year. I don't know what the highest score is in college football this year for a single team, but I'm pretty sure it's under threat at this point. It might be Florida State, actually. Yeah, 4th and 9. We're going to punt. Or they're going to punt. I don't know what the score is. It's probably going to be somewhere near the 80s. Just remains to be seen when are USF going to start pulling their starters, because it must be soon. Punt goes. It's not even going to make the 30. It goes down to the... Oh, it goes to the 32. Do they bring him out again or do they leave him? "11 minutes left of the third quarter, 52-10. This long ceased been a competition." We'll be back in a moment. Yeah. We're about to be a third 7-win season in a row for Alex Golesh as a minimum. It's going to be a lot higher this year. But 7-6, 7-6. They're about to go 7-2. They've been 4-4 and 4-4 in conference. They're about to go 4-1. So they are about to blow their best season under him out the water. Save something absolutely catastrophic happening, which is just not going to happen. You're probably looking at your group of 5 playoff team here with these guys. Unless Memphis go unbeaten, but I think it should be USF. They're a lot better. Oh dear. So yeah, still in a break at the moment. This is going to start raising some questions for Jeff Traylor, though. Like I say, he had such a good start with this team. He's 50-24 with them all together. He's 33-10 in conference, so he's still got a lot of change in the bank. But in the last 2 years, they've just not been reaching the competitive levels that they used to. And this, now they're going to go 2-3 in conference. There's no chance of making the playoffs, of making the championship game. They've just fallen off the wagon a little bit. You should be absolutely given time to fix it, but there is something inherently broke with this program at the moment. On tonight's show, and you can see it's the defense certainly is an issue. But offensively, just making, the road results are not good. This is going to be 1-4 on the road now. They're not a good road team. They need to sort this road form out. But there are a lot of holes on this team they need to fill as well. Which is a shame, because when UTSA is good, college football is a lot more better for it. USF get going again. Byron Brown is still in. It's a rush for 3 yards. Maybe we might see it slowing down here, but they show no sign. They are just going for the kill here. Again, what Memphis did to them, they're just taking this all out on UTSA, and this is no mercy rules. Another handoff. Gets about another 3, maybe 4. It's going to be about 3rd and 3 for them. And that's what I'd do if I was just them. Just run the football now. Don't risk your QB, just keep handing the ball off, punt it a few times, wind the clock down, and that's all she wrote. You move on to next week against Navy. You're going to need all your best players there. Because the midshipmen are still tough opposition, and a service team, you want to be as healthy as you can going up against the option. Pass breakup, and yes, this is going to be the first time the South Florida punter comes out in this game. 35 minutes in, first punt. Yeah, I think at this point you've got to take Byron Brown out. No point having him in there, even just doing handoffs. You're going to design run him at some point. You just don't want him to get hurt. If they fake punt this, I would laugh so hard. Nope. Regular. Nearly drops it. That was close. But yeah, UTSA down to the backup QB now. We'll do this one more drive. We'll do one more drive and then we'll get out of here for the evening, because this at the minute, I can't really do much with this, unfortunately. So if anyone has any questions they want to ask me before I get out of here, get them in now. If not, then we'll be back on Saturday and we'll do the main show for you. So we've got plenty of good stuff again. FCS playoffs, FBS playoffs, the brackets, looking at some of the teams that are involved in them. But a deep look at teams that are impressing us. One from each conference. Trying to shine love on the teams who are not getting much at all. It's good stuff. Got all my notes here for it. It's going to be fun. And then we'll get to watch some football as well. It'll be during the Texas Tech BYU game, so we'll do some commentary on that as well whilst we're in. Interested to see. This is BYU's biggest test so far. It's the money versus the grit. Obviously, Texas Tech are very gritty, but they've built their team through NIL. BYU more, it's more hard work and graft there. All the neutrals will probably want BYU to win. Oh, we're going to false start on UTSA. Another flag. They're averaging 8 flags a game so far this year. Oh, sorry, they've got 60 flags in 8 games, which is about 7.5 flags a game, give or take. They are at 7 now, so they're going to blow that out of the water. 2nd and 7, drop back, dump off to the running back, stiff arm, gets about 4. It's going to be about 3rd and 2. Oh, 9 minutes left in the third quarter. So 24 minutes to go, but you ain't coming back from 42. Not unless you keep getting pick 6 after pick 6 after pick 6, which just is not going to happen. And this offense is in no hurry whatsoever. It's just taking its time. The backup's in. They're in no rush. I think they're just trying to preserve some dignity now. Would be nice for them to get a score, though, at least. Quarterback keeps, gets the first down. They're at the 40. Their own 40. Oh. Is he alright? He took a big hit there. Took a while to get up, but he is. It's Tennyson, the new QB. Golesh doesn't want them to have anything. He still looks mad. That they would have the audacity to get a first down while you're up 42. Yo, another rush, this time for about 9. They're moving it alright. They're still running it. May as well at this point. Peterson with a 9-yard gain, I think. Look at the Heisman candidates. Tennyson takes a shot. It's a catch. That looks like Jamel Hardy. That's only his 5th catch of the year, but there's a flag down. Of course there is. Might be pass interference. This has been a very flag-heavy game. That's personal foul. Oh, is it a face mask? Looks like USF might have been gotten on a face mask. Again, Golesh is looking livid. Like, you're 42 up, dude. You're competitive, but obviously you don't want any indiscipline to set in. Ooh, play on the end around. nearly finds a gap, gets about 2.5, 3. It's slow, it's turgid, it's taking time. They are making slow progress. With that penalty, though, they are actually in the USF red zone right now. So maybe the backup's going to come in, lead a TD drive. They're at the 18. 2nd and 7. Oh, it's a handoff and it's a massive loss in the backfield of about 6 yards. And again, this USF team are just racking up the negative plays. The havoc rate in this is going to be crazy. It could be up at about... This could be nearing 30%. An elite havoc rate is about 23-24%. This could be approaching 30 when they're said and done. It's 3rd and 11. It's a huge loss that was. They're at the 22. It's a screen. And it's a tackle for loss again. That's going to be 4th and 12. And these screens have been so ineffectively done today. These UTSA receivers are not blocking well, which is odd for a team that loves to run the football so much. Their receivers are usually pretty good blockers. Not this time. They're actually going to go for the field goal. Michael Petro. 8 field goals in a row for him. It's a 39-yarder. It's a chip shot, basically. This will be 9 in a row. Up it goes, and over it goes. And it is 52-13. We are just a 39-point game now at this point. Right. It has been fun, y'all, but I don't think I'll bore you with this any longer this evening. We're at a 39-point game. This is clearly not going much further, so we'll tap out. It's 3 in the morning here, so yeah, appreciate everybody who's joined this evening. Sorry it couldn't have been a bit of a closer one. Hopefully we will do better next week. I'll be back for another watch along next week. We'll have a look for something that's a little bit closer, and hopefully we get something a bit more competitive. But yeah, me and Ryan will be back on Saturday. 1 PM Eastern, 6 PM over here in the UK. We'll do some coverage of the early slate whilst doing our regular show as well, the review from last week and all those other bits and bobs, which again will be good. And then yeah, anything you want us to do on the show, just put in the comments below on this video. Anything, like say, we'll be getting to draft season soon. We'll be in the playoffs. We'll be doing the draft stuff. So anything you're interested in, let us know. And we'll work it out for you. Roar of the Lions UK is where you can find us all over. Yeah, just type it in, find us, and yeah, follow us there. But appreciate everyone who's been in this evening. South Florida absolutely rolling away with this one. Alex Golesh and his squad take a big leap in getting to potentially the American Championship. It is one of the most hotly contested conferences in the group of 5. We'll see what happens with the rest of the teams on Saturday. But yeah, they certainly looking like they're the real deal currently. Been wonderful this evening. See you all again soon. One Pride.